I thought you just started it without saying anything. I was like,
Nope.
okay.
Now we're recording. Okay. And now we'll go back and start reading that again. I didn't get that far. So,
Okay.
episode 12, The Wrath of God. So, Jessica, Hector, Mila, and Jack were summoned by the new herald of the prince. They were to meet Prince James at the Rose Garden and Memorial Park. When they arrived, they were greeted by Perry Rosenworth, returned to ghoul status, and back in his rightful place as the head of Prince James' security. Prince James owed the four of them a debt. For Jack, he offered a new identity for him and his family, as well as a new job as the prince's personal private detective, a job that would sometimes put him working with the sheriff and sometimes put him at odds with him. For Jessica, he offered a new identity, where she could return to her work among the kind, helping those in need and perhaps steering others into new and proper directions for their lives. By the way, kind is a term that a lot of the older kindred use for people, for mortals. I don't know if I ever mentioned that. For Hector, Prince James awarded citizenship for his family. The gift would be handled anonymously, without revealing to them that Hector was still around. And of course, it's going to be a welcome surprise. For Mila, Prince James gave an eternity of Camarilla blood bags through Dr. Stevens. Of course, this boon would only remain in play so long as Prince James remained prince and Dr. Stevens remained loyal and in the position to offer them. As the four departed the Rose Garden, an emergency phone call came through Jessica's cell phone. It was Anita Hernandez, the mother of the child she was helping through the horror his father had delivered to him. "He's gone! Someone took my baby!" And that is where we open.
Dun, dun, dun.
Jessica, you're on the phone.
Yeah.
Yes. What happened?
He's got the police are here, they're investigating. I don't know. He's gone. They came in through the window. The window's broken.
Who came in through the window?
I don't know. I went to check on him and he was gone. I didn't even hear the window break.
Okay, how long ago?
I don't know. The police are looking at it. I didn't know what else to I had to call you.
Okay, hang on a second. Looking up at Jack, and I let him know that Jack, one of my clients, just got kidnapped. She says the police are there.
So one of your clients is missing?
Yeah, his mom just called me.
How old is this client?
Oh shit, I don't remember. How old was he? Like 6? Or was he a little
Yeah,
older?
he's
6.
No, he's 6.
Okay.
I mean, what is this, a kid? Is this a teenager? Is like
No, he's a 6-year-old. He was getting over his. I was helping him with some daddy issues, so to speak.
Okay.
But he's been
are we on scene?
Short,
Where are we? Because weren't Jessica and I in the car?
Okay, so since you've included Jack in it, we will back up just a little bit, and you guys are walking to your car.
Okay.
Hector's there too, by the way. He's just really quiet.
Weird.
Yeah. Oddly suspicious, Hector.
he's suspicious.
Sus.
He might have got stuck at work.
Yeah, who knows? But anyway, back to Vampire. Okay, are police already on scene?
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
How far are we right now in regards to where he lives?
You could be there in about 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
Let's
Okay,
go.
let's start heading that way.
Okay.
Question for Seston. Um, Remind me where my legal standing is right now with the police department. Am I still not officially left, but I'm just like taking like a leave?
Yeah, you're officially on leave.
Okay.
And,
All right.
you
Cool.
know, you just 30 minutes ago were offered to eventually be given a new identity, in which case, who knows how that'll be resolved. But right now, you're on leave.
Mhm.
You told them that you
Okay.
you came back for a few days, but you're having trouble and you're still having trouble with your illness.
Mhm. Yeah. I'm going to. Here's the question: if you'd let me know this or not. Um, it's the middle of the night. Um, would I be able to call? Uh, my question is: Do you allow me to know the captain over the trafficking unit or not?
Like the dispatcher?
Just, no, not dispatch. Like the so investigative units are broken up based
Okay,
on
so
crime
yeah,
type.
the captain who like sends people to different tasks.
Yeah, it would either be the person over the violent crimes unit or the trafficking unit. I
Yes.
guess they probably default to violent crimes first.
Yeah.
So
Yes, sure. You certainly do.
okay, then I'll call him. We don't have to give him a name.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to call him on his personal or his office phone. The night shift guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he answers.
Hey, it's Jack. I know
Hey, Jack.
from home. Yeah, my condition's still messing with on duty right now, but um
Sorry to hear that.
I,
We're really
yeah.
missing you, man. It's tough out there.
Yeah, I miss you guys too. I hope to get back at it, but we'll see. This is just a freak
Well, what do you
allergy.
need? We're
But
in the middle of a few things, but what can I do for you?
yeah, that's what I'm calling about. My wife Jennifer has a friend named Jessica who's a psychologist, and long story short, one of her clients she's just learned has gone missing. It's a young boy about 6. You know about the case? It should be recent tonight.
I forgot their last name. What's their last name? It is in
Hernandez.
Hernandez.
Anita and Carlos Jr. is the kid.
Okay. Yes, Carlos Hernandez, Carlos Jr. Yes.
Okay. The reason I'm calling is as a personal favor, I'd like to try to help find him. Um, I don't know if that's okay with you or not, but can I head on scene and try to help out with the investigators who are on scene?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you certainly can, but don't push yourself too hard. We need you back on a more permanent basis. But yeah,
Oh
go
yeah,
ahead.
I'm not gonna.
Go ahead. Just keep a mind to not pushing yourself too hard.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna try to take over the scene or anything.
And
I just want to try to see if I can add any insight.
If the detective in charge decides that you're too close to this case, then he's going to send you home.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's going to be
Just want to try to see if I can
whoever
help.
Wait, what was the name of that guy from the first frigging episode? Who? Let's see. Garcia. Garcia's in charge. He is the new guy who was investigating Mila's body. Mila's murder. And of course that body disappeared on him.
Yeah, that's right. I think I tried to basically persuade him to treat it more like a suicide or something.
Yeah, I don't remember. And we don't even have that one recorded, so.
Yeah.
We lost that first episode. Okay. Anyway, that's the guy that he says is in charge.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good night, man.
It stands out to you that guy's in charge means they're strapped for personnel.
That's surprising. All right. Well, let's. I'm gonna hang up and then we'll start driving.
Okay. So I'll tell Ms. Hernandez we're on our way.
Okay, great. Thank you. I don't know what to do.
Okay, we'll be right there.
Okay.
Okay. Now, as we're driving, Jessica, I've got some questions. So, obviously, we don't know what's going on, but once we're on the scene, we can't be talking about the kindred stuff. Do you think this may be a normal kidnapping or something more?
It's something more.
Did we already discuss the connection, or we figured out the connection? Okay.
My sire told. I guess I would just call her Mashira. I don't know.
Either way, it depends on how you want to refer to about her in the third person to people. If you want to say my sire and be a little bit more official, or if you want to call her by name, that's up to Mila.
I actually respect her more than I thought I ever would. So yeah, I'll probably say my sire. My sire told me that his father, the one that I killed, he had a tie to the infernal vampires. So she was actually hired to take him out, and then I ended up kind of doing it first, and that's why she changed me. So, and then, yeah.
In that case, I think we should assume the worst. Can you, do you have a way of contacting her?
Yes.
Yeah, I can just call her.
You don't need to call her yet, but once we get on scene and we try to figure it out more, we may need to shoot her, send her a phone call, try to see if we can get a hold of her and get some insight from her. If it does seem to be kindred, which it probably is based on what you're saying.
Considering that there was a window broken with no noise, I mean, is that
Did Jessica say that?
Yeah. No, I'm asking.
I'm not sure Mila has that knowledge.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And plus, what I said, what Anita said was that she didn't hear
it. But I'm still. I mean, well, I'm not assuming anything because I don't know that. So never mind.
Well, we'll try.
I mean, if she's walking next to me, how can she overhear chatter over the phone?
Say again?
If she's walking next to me, how well can she hear chatter over the phone?
If you have it on speaker.
It's okay. I mean,
she might be hearing some of the. She'll get some of it, but she's not going to get the details of it. Is not.
What exactly did she say happened? There you go. So I'm asking Jessica.
What's that?
What exactly did she say happened?
She said she didn't hear it happen, and when she went to go check on him, the window was broken and he was gone.
Okay.
And she didn't hear a thing.
Well, we'll be able to figure out more once we arrive at the house, and I can talk to the detectives, and hopefully they'll let me look around, try to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, as you guys pull up, there are several squad cars and an unmarked car in the street.
Okay. I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna say, hang back for a second. It'll look a little weird to them. Get out of the car with me. Is that okay?
You want them to stay in the car for now? Is that what you said?
Yeah, just for a short while, just because it'll look strange if you all get out of my car.
Okay. Well,
Everyone's gonna
I
wonder
think
what's going
Hector
on.
would probably get out of the car, but since he's just, he seems like a zombie tonight.
Yeah.
Just thinking about how his parents are gonna be citizens now.
All right. Well,
Um, I'm
yeah,
gonna go. I'm gonna go invisible before we get close enough that anyone can notice I'm in the car.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get out though because
Okay. You
you
guys.
know the door.
Seeing her go invisible, I'm gonna then open her door and just for a second
Okay.
Oh, okay.
make it look like I'm.
Make your rouse check.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Okay. Yes. Amazing, honey.
Apparently, 2 weeks is there. It is.
Rousing success. Yep, you're not hungry. Not hungrier.
Yay! I hardly ever do it correctly. Woohoo!
Okay. Yep, you guys are stopped. Jack gets out, and I guess Mila slips out too.
Mm-hmm. Is this house a 2-story house? I mean, obviously I know it well because I killed him.
Yes.
But is it a 1-story, 2-story?
It's a 2-story house, but it's older. And you remember from inside, it's not really well taken care of. It has a wooden floor, and tiles of the wood are like peeling up in places, and some of them are missing. The staircase squeaks really bad as you step on it. It's kind of a rundown 2-story home. It might have been really nice, like in the 30s, but it's been a long time.
Okay, so you know how I can do Mask of 1,000 Faces and just look like a boring stranger?
Yes.
Okay, so if I'm invisible and something happens to where somebody sees me,
That's not possible. Not for a normal person.
okay.
A mortal cannot see you unless you reveal yourself by making too much noise, by talking to them,
Well, but
by drawing their attention.
okay, so I should be okay.
But you can also turn on Mask of 1,000 Faces if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, I'm asking, can I turn that on? I mean, how does it work? Like, could I turn that on first and then go invisible so if somebody does detect me, I still don't look like me?
Yes.
Or, okay, I'm not going to do that because I don't...
I'm pretty sure it costs another rouse check.
It does, that's why. But I was just asking for future reference because
yes, you can.
Anita, the mom knows me because I was her social worker.
Yes.
So...
You're also
and
dead.
she probably knows... Yeah, I'm sure she saw on the news that I got killed, so seeing me would not be a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to make sure that if I come out of it for some reason, I also look like a boring stranger, but I think I'll be okay. Alright, I'm gonna walk around the house and see if I can find the broken window. Just seeing it.
You do find the broken window.
Okay, and then is there a way that I can climb up there? Because I do have Silence of Death, too, that's not a rouse roll.
Yeah, you can climb up there the normal, mundane human way.
Okay. I'm going to do that.
Give me a strength and athletics roll.
If I fall down, do I come out of being invisible?
You're gonna make... Do you have cat's grace or anything like that?
Yeah, I do.
You do have cat's grace? Then if
Yeah.
you fall, we're gonna say that you can land quiet enough.
Okay, cool. So what roll am I making?
Strength and athletics.
I'm not good at either one of those.
You get up a few feet and
Can
you
I
lose
use
your grip and start to fall.
willpower
What?
be stronger? Can I use willpower to be stronger?
You can rouse the blood to be stronger.
But willpower makes me reroll.
Yes.
But I only rolled 2 dice. Is 2 successes enough? Or I don't know. You can't tell me.
You don't know.
Okay, I guess I'll fall.
Yeah. You started your way up there, and you slipped and you fell and you landed softly with your catch, Grace. You weren't high enough to take damage from the fall, and you landed soft enough that you didn't draw attention. Okay, let's go to Jack.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess I'll start by they've already got the everything, right?
I didn't hear you. What?
They already have the crime scene tape up, right? Like
Oh,
they've
yes.
secured the scene.
Yes.
Okay.
Serious
I'm gonna go
Jester's
to
here.
the Yay!
Sorry, guys. It's been a day.
Yeah, well, now you get to relax and, maybe stop a kid from being murdered. or
Well,
maybe
now
not.
you're gonna give Jack a day.
Anyway, you guys have driven to the house where the kid was abducted from. That's the only thing that's happened. You're still in the car with Jessica. Jack asked you and Jessica to stay in the car while he basically let them know that he was here. So that's where we are. Okay, back to Jack.
Okay. I'll go up to the patrol officer who's sort of, minding the perimeter.
Yes.
Jack Levington, El Paso PD. I'm from the homicide unit, though I'm on leave right now.
Detective Levington.
I'm-
How can we help you, sir?
Well, a victim is a client of a friend of my family. So there's a connection. I was just hoping, I heard Garcia was on the case. I was
Let me
hoping I could
contact
just help out a
Detective
bit
Garcia, and we'll see if he
Mhm.
wants to let you in, sir. Just a moment. And he turns
Okay.
around and he
Thank
talks
you.
to the walkie-talkie radio thing on his shoulder. And you can hear Garcia's voice, which you're somewhat familiar with. You haven't worked with it. It's not like you've been working with him for 10 years or anything. But you do recognize him. And he says, "Oh, yep, that's great. Let him in. Let him in." So, and he goes and he holds up the tape for you.
All right, thank you.
It's a real mess in there. It's a real mess in there, Detective.
I'll watch my step, keep my eyes peeled.
Okay.
I'll start stepping up the stairs.
Okay. Yep, and you go inside the house.
Yeah.
And
What's this house look like inside? What's the vibe?
the vibe is poor and kind of destitute. Like, all the furniture is old. The place is dusty. It's not, like, so dirty that you got bugs all over and everything is, unhealthy. It's just somebody here works hard and doesn't have the time to spend all day cleaning. Nor the money to hire someone to clean it. Nor the money to hire new stuff, to buy new stuff. Nor the money really to take care of her house. The house is not in very good condition. It needs work, and
Not
it
much
hasn't
money
been getting it.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try to make my way, to wherever
Detective Garcia comes out of the
child's room
kitchen.
is.
Detective Levington! Oh, man, I'm glad you're here. This is the first case. They've put me on the lead, and I'm glad you're here. Come on, come on.
I'm glad to. Thank you for letting me try to
So
help
he
you out.
invites you into the kitchen, where a Hispanic woman is sitting in a chair trying not to cry. There are police officers all over the place, and there's some tech guys, and they are setting up a phone trace on her phone so that they can trace the call when a ransom call comes.
Okay, cool. I will introduce myself to her. Sorry to meet you under these circumstances, ma'am. My name is Detective Jack Levington. I'm here to try to help get your son back.
I'm Anita.
Nice to meet you, man.
He was upstairs sleeping. I just went in to check on him before I went to bed. The window was broken. He was gone.
Okay. I may come back down to talk with you. I may not. But I'm going to go upstairs and take a look with Detective Garcia. I'm going to start walking just for him to follow.
Okay. Yep, and he follows. Okay, let's cut
Garcia.
to Jessica and Hector are in the car waiting for Jack's permission to do stuff. You guys have anything you want to say or do?
I. Just kidding. You've been very quiet, Hector.
What? Have we flipped ahead any years, or this is still
No, this
2000?
Okay, so our last session ended with Jessica getting an emergency phone call that this lady's son was just kidnapped.
All right, that was her. Okay, her clients. Gotcha.
Yeah. So you guys have collectively gone to go help.
I don't know. Maybe Hector's starting to sing 99 bottles of beer on the wall.
Okay. Oh, and Mila is heavily suggesting that something beyond mortal kidnapping is what's happened.
How long has it been since Jack went in the house?
I don't know. 20 minutes. About 20 minutes. So you're starting to get a little restless.
Okay. It's I mockingly start singing 99 bottles of beer on the wall, and then I stop. I just look at her, smile.
Okay, we'll go back to Jack.
Okay. Oh, wait. Hold on, Garcia. Let me do one other thing real fast. I didn't explain it to you, but the reason I know about this case is, long story short, my wife has a friend who's a psychologist, and the boy who was kidnapped was one of her patients. That's how I got involved with this.
Okay.
So she's actually here with me. Let me.
Well, maybe that'll help.
If it's okay. Yeah, if it's okay, I'd like to bring her in. Maybe she can talk
absolutely.
to Anita.
And he calls on the radio and tells the officer out front to let Jessica in.
Okay, then I'll call her real fast and just basically just say, you can come in. Hector, explanation of why. If you guys come up with a reason for him to be there, just he can come in too. But he may need to stay outside.
Okay, let's go in.
Okay. So
You want to try to contact her, or are you okay sitting out here in the car?
I guess what I could do is, scope out the outside and see if there's anything I can find outside.
Mila might be doing that. Bitch turned invisible and disappeared.
I want to rouse my strength so I can try and climb up again, because I want to go through the window the way the person probably did. Or
Rouse your strength. Your strength automatically raises when you do it.
So that means that I just like add a hunger?
No, you're gonna rouse your blood. You're gonna make a rouse roll. It might not cost you anything.
Oh, okay.
Hunger cane.
Okay.
So your hunger goes up by 1, and your strength goes up by, what was it, 2 now? I think it's 2. Your page should be up to date. Your blood and experience. Yeah, it's 2. They updated it from the book. Originally it was 1, and they decided that wasn't enough.
So now my strength is a 4?
Well, you add, you could either think of it as you have a strength of 4, but, game mechanically, what it is you get 2 bonus dice.
Right, okay.
To your strength checks.
So I do strength, I forgot, it was athletics and strength, but I do a modifier of 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure would be nice if you had that insect clinging ritual. Oh, well, that's not good at all. Okay, well, you get up there.
Okay.
But your messy critical, what was...
Ooh.
I know.
What was your clan's compulsion, and have we done it before?
Where did I find that? I don't know.
Oh, I don't have that card. We must have used it and I didn't put it back.
I
Where
wrote
is
it down. Oh, here it is. No. What is it called?
That's not a card. I don't know. I have the Ventru one, the Malkavian one, the Bruja one, and then I have some others. So I will find it in the book real quick. I wrote it down, I just lost it somewhere. I have all the other ones, which means you did it because it got separated from my other cards. But I believe it has to do with passing judgment. So you make it to the top, but the beast inside is kind of taking you over as you're borrowing its strength.
Okay.
And that's what's going to cause this compulsion.
Okay.
Well, actually, you know what? We're not going to do a compulsion. This is what we're going to do. You climb to the top with the beast feeding you strength, and you are leaving fingerprint indentions in the stone.
Okay.
And you climb to the top.
Okay.
And as you get to the top, you are still invisible. You feel that you are still invisible. There's a cop who's coming to the window and is shining a flashlight right in your face, saying, "What the hell was that sound?"
Okay.
And he is staring at you with a flashlight 3 inches from your face and not seeing you. And seeing climbing fingerprint indentions carved into the stone. But you are up there. You just have to wait for this dumbass to get out of the way.
I'm just gonna wait, and I'm thinking what I will probably do is, in a moment, ask Jack to, change his memory or whatever thing later. Or if he starts really investigating
He's
it.
calling it in on the radio right now. Hey guys, I think I found something. And they're like, "What did you find?" And Jack, you hear it come through on Garcia's radio, and Garcia answers, "Yeah, we're right here. What did you find?" And you guys enter into the room, and he looks back and he waves you guys forward. There are finger indentions in the wall where he climbed up. How the hell is somebody strong enough to do that? And Garcia comes over, and the guy gets out of the way. And that guy gets out of the way, and another dude in a plainclothes suit sticks his head right in Mila's face and is looking down. And then he makes room, and Jack sticks his head right down.
Okay, is there any way that I can whisper to where only Jack would hear me?
Not really. Two people's heads sticking out the window? No.
Then I just won't move, and I'll just stay there.
Yeah, so Jack, what you see is that somebody with ridiculous superhuman strength climbed their way up this wall.
Can I touch Jack's head or something?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just touch his head, and hopefully he'll know it's me and I don't freak him out.
If somebody touches your head,
but like in a
you panic for a
way.
quick second,
Like
like a shiver going down your back. That didn't actually happen because you don't really have that kind of sensation. And then you realize that Mila's somewhere invisible.
Yeah. Mental note: we need like a secret head touching.
The touch code.
If you ever get touched on the head, it's just me.
Okay, we're gonna switch back to Jessica and Hector.
Hey, sorry, my internet was messing up for a second. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you stuck your head
Hold on,
out.
I can't hear any.
Okay. Okay, can you hear me?
I hear.
Okay. So Garcia and Jack have stuck their head out the window of the boys' bedroom and saw the finger grip marks in the wall. Something
And then
with superhuman strength climbed up the wall and left finger indentions in the rock.
And then Mila touched my head.
And then Mila touched your face to give you a clue that she's there. Not that she did it,
Okay.
but that she's right there. So maybe you guys shouldn't climb out the window and bump into her.
So together that's her, but no, she's.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna jump to Jessica and Hector. You can decide what you're gonna do.
Hold on. And I'm gonna like pull Garcia back a little bit, and then I'm gonna gesture to him and the other police officer. Let's get away from the window for a second. Just think about this.
Yeah, and you guys pull away from
And then
the
I'm
window.
gonna sort of try to get them towards the other corner because I'm trying to let Mila be able to actually get inside, and then she'll be able to maneuver around.
Pull them away and assume that Mila climbs in, and Mila climbs in. Yes.
Yeah, I climb in.
And then we're going to switch scenes to Jessica and Hector, who I guess are on their way up to the house.
Wait, but I haven't decided what kind of excuse am I gonna have to come along? Why is Mila
Jessica.
what's her excuse? Or Jessica, I'm sorry. What's Jessica's excuse?
It's my client that got kidnapped.
Oh, right. Well, how about I'm your college intern?
Who likes to work out.
Okay. And wear muscle shirts.
Yeah.
Well, you got all kinds of time to work out in college, so.
Okay. So yeah, you guys get up there. Excuse me. I'm gonna take another cough drop. Okay. Yep. You guys get up to the officer, and he says, Miss Jessica?
Yes.
Okay, come on in.
This is. Okay,
Come on in.
cool, thank you.
Detectives
Can my intern
Levington
come?
and Garcia are inside and waiting for you.
Can my intern come inside too?
He looks around like someone's supposed to tell him yes or no, kind of shrugs his shoulders, and then, sure.
Okay.
Thanks, bro.
You're welcome, bro.
Alright, so go inside, find his mom.
Yeah, she is in the kitchen. And when she sees you, she jumps up to her feet and hugs you. And starts bawling right in your face.
Okay, so let's get you to sit down and let's talk.
Okay, you help her sit back down, and she sits down. Hector, what are you doing? Are you just gonna stand around and look cute?
Yeah, I'm going to stand there and just not say. I mean, not draw attention to myself or be asked to say anything that might reveal my.
Okay. Let's jump back to the upstairs. We have Invisible Mila. We have Jack and Garcia and Nameless Officer.
I'm going to first look around the glass.
The glass was shattered inward as if something outside broke it. Broke their way inside. Your mute went on.
Well.
Is there any, blood or anything on the glass or around the area?
You don't see any, no. You can make me an investigation check while Jack and Garcia and Nameless Cop talk. Then you can, use your invisibility, sneak around, and make a good look for blood.
Okay. I'm doing.
Nothing has already been marked with a little stand-up Whataburger flag.
It has or hasn't?
Nothing blood anyway. There is a stand-up flag on the shattered glass.
Oh, okay. All right. Do I use investigation and what? Intelligence or
Yes,
what?
Intelligence. Okay. While you do that, then Jack and Garcia and Nameless Cop are talking.
Ugh.
What the hell did that?
Hmm. It's. Hmm.
I mean, the house is old, but man, that's not just mortar, man. That's some of those fingerprints went right in rock.
Could it be some kind of? It can't be some kind of animal. There would have been. I mean, an animal, that's just ridiculous.
Oh, a machine of some
Even
kind?
an animal couldn't do that.
A machine of some kind?
I think you're onto something. What if it was some kind of equipment to try to help them climb?
Maybe.
Something
And
that gripped in?
Garcia, who is really rather young, says, in the Spider-Man comic book I read, there's this guy called Dr. Octopus, and he's got these big metal arms coming out of his back, and he used those to climb things, and they punch right into the wall, and it could do something similar to that. That's all I got. Like I said,
Garcia.
Jack, I'm glad you're here.
Well, who knows?
I really
Maybe
don't want to put Dr. Octopus in my report.
Yeah, let's not lead with that. That will not help this case. But something did put indentations in that wall. But let's move on, and we'll put a pin on that for now.
Okay.
Let's see if there's any blood or DNA or anything around the
we haven't found
entrance of the break-in. Let me take a look. I've got a keen eye for these things.
Go ahead.
So I'll make an investigation roll. So intelligence and investigation.
And Mila made it also?
Yeah, but I didn't do well, so I was gonna use
Holy shit!
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
You don't find any blood, but you are
gonna
now under your compulsion.
Hold on, I was gonna use Well, okay.
Remind me, my compulsion is to dominate the scene, basically.
Yes. Your compulsion. Well, no, wait. It's something.
Okay.
It's arrogance. The need to rule rears its head in the vampire. They stop at nothing to assume command of the situation. Someone must obey an order from the vampire. Any action not directly associated with leadership will get a -2 dice penalty.
Okay, well, let's see first what my investigation revealed, how to roleplay out that.
Okay. Well,
that Ventru arrogance.
What you got was there is no blood, and something came in with 10 successes, which is fucking ridiculous. Something came in from a higher angle at a very fast pace and shattered the glass right through it. This isn't something that climbed up the wall. You're almost certain from the scatter of the glass that it came from a higher place and flew in through the window. And it wasn't it's not like a baseball went through the window. It's not like a bat came through the window, since, you're thinking vampires. It seems to have been a full-size body that came in through the window from a higher angle. Maybe something jumped from the ground and then came in through it on the way down instead of on the way up. But something came through it on the way down, and they did it with considerable
I'm immediately going
force
to turn, and I'm gonna say, to the unnamed officer, go down, and I need you to check to see if you find any imprint.
On what? You cut out a little bit. Any imprint on what? Did we lose me? Maybe we lost me. No, I'm
lost
Jack.
We lost Jack. Okay, he'll be back in a second.
Are we down in the kitchen still?
Yes. We can switch back to that. Okay, yeah, you guys are down in the kitchen.
And I don't find anything, right? Because I got 2.
Oh, no, well, I mean, yeah, there's glass scattered.
Right.
And
I found what the...
Internet.
Yeah, you find, like, the more obvious things of what I pointed out. Something came in from outside, and it came in... It was a full-size being that came through. Okay.
Oh,
I'm back.
that's upstairs.
What was the order you gave him?
Yes, sorry, my internet completely cut out. I didn't notice.
No problem.
I
It'll
basically to the unnamed police officer,
Uh-huh.
I was basically telling him, go down to the backyard right now, and you're gonna look in the ground, look for any footprints, anything like something indentations in the soil, tracks, anything. Go right now.
Yes, sir. I mean, we've already got guys checking on that, but I'll check up on them and I'll do a second over.
Tell them to look for anything that may have. It's gonna sound crazy, but follow me. Something that may have jumped.
Something that may have jumped. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
What about? So he's still upstairs, right? With
Yes.
that.
Yeah, you guys.
So he's
didn't-
up
you guys
kitchen.
didn't
What do
get
we
that
see?
part.
Yeah,
So-
but you said like we could see broken glass down in the kitchen.
No,
I thought the same
no,
thing
that's
upstairs.
them. That's them in the bedroom.
Okay.
Down in the
So-
kitchen, all you have is there are some cops and tech guys that are setting up a call trace as they wait for a ransom call to come in,
Okay.
and then there's the crying mom.
Mhm.
That's everything that's significant down there.
Did she say how old her kid was?
6.
Okay.
Look around the room specifically to see if there's any drawings or anything that the kid might have drawn of his dream.
Okay. I want to bring something up real quick because I thought about it. Hector, you are in your neighborhood, and you know this kid. His
Shoot.
His name is Junior. His father is a fucking asshat, and like the neighborhood called a couple of times to have the cops come out for like violence and domestic violence and stuff, and he hit his wife. To the best of your knowledge, he never hit the kid. And also, he's dead. He died about a month ago.
How did he die? Do I
He
know?
died about the same time that you did. And you only
And
know that
what's the-
because you still hang around your neighborhood a little bit and watch and listen to people.
What's the guy's name?
Carlos Hernandez. He
and
He
for-
died when Mila killed him. I'm not sure if you know that, but you may very well know that. That's
Don't
up to-
think he does.
Okay.
I think he knows that I killed someone, but I don't think he knows it's him. Jessica does, though.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you've met this kid and you know this family a little bit, and you've heard that the father died, and it was just about the
Wait,
same
so the
time
mother-
that you did. What?
The mother recognizes me.
Yeah. Yeah, she does.
You said yes.
That is up to you. She has not noticed you yet, but she will recognize you.
Ah, shit. Maybe I should go out. I guess when I realize what house it is, just for now, maybe I should butt back out toward the car.
Okay. Maybe you shouldn't have even really went in, because I should have brought this up earlier. You weren't here.
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah, because now it's taking me from this already a conspicuous intern with a half a hand.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So we'll erase the whole intern with a half a hand who was just standing around looking cute thing, and you're still standing outside. See, I was gonna tell you all this as you guys pulled up to the house. You came into the neighborhood, then you pulled up to the house. So I forgot to remind you that when you came. So yeah, while you stay outside.
You think Jessica would have told me, like, hey, this is does she know, like, upon, like, arriving here, would she have said, oh, this is would this have been a conversation in the car that she would have known about at that point?
What?
Oh, that's true. We might have mentioned it in the car. I forgot he was there, too, because he wasn't here.
Mentioned
Yeah.
what?
That this was the person that Mila killed.
Although
may have.
I didn't say really anything.
No.
Well, no,
I
because
just wanted to get there.
And I think
So-
Jessica already knows that Mila killed.
Yeah, Jessica knows, but I don't know if it was brought up in the car where Jack and Hector would have heard.
no, you
Don't
said
think
it
so. I think-
earlier.
I know you guys had a conversation about it, but I think you might have been
It was
together.
just us two, I think. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. In the 20 minutes in the car while I was there with Jessica, do you think she would have mentioned to me that, hey, this is the house of the guy that Mila killed?
I don't know. That's up to Jessica.
That's what I'm messing Jessica.
Yeah, I know we had plenty of time to talk about that in the car, but
Okay, so you think so?
yeah.
Okay, then
Yeah,
yeah,
so
then yeah,
I
you brought it
you
up.
know what? I know this family. I think, and if she recognizes me, it might be a little weird. It might throw things off. So I'm gonna hang back. But I'll give Jessica that information too. Like, hey, I know this family. The dad is this guy was so that's the guy that he killed. Yeah, he was a real dick. And I know the kid. Is this Seston? Is this somebody that like do I know whether this family had enemies or somebody that might want to swoop in and grab that
No,
kid
you
or
don't
anything
think so.
special about this kid?
No, I mean you're thinking about it right now, and the only thing you can come up with is maybe the dad had, because you didn't know them really well, you know. So maybe the dad had relatives or something that might take the kid, But that's just normal stuff that the police should think of too.
Right. I mean, was there anything special about this kid though? Was he known for was he a prodigy of any kind or
No,
known for any ability like that?
no, nope. He was just a normal 6-year-old kid. He was kind of quiet. He's kind of been experiencing some stuff. Maybe his dad never beat on him, but he was aware of what was going on with his dad and his mom. So, he wasn't having a really great life. He's kind of a quiet and a little bit of a loner. That's it.
What's the scoop on the
He
the
likes
mother?
dinosaurs. You know that. If you think,
What's
as you
the
think
scoop on
about
the
it,
mother?
he was sometimes outside with dinosaur toys. What's the what?
What about the mother? Is there anything that stands out about her in the neighborhood? Does she have any enemies or is there anything particular about her that she's known for?
No, just the other women of the neighborhood were kind of like, why is she still with that guy? And I would have left that asshole years ago. So that's it.
Okay.
She's just the
So is my local gym nearby?
yeah. Your gym is not too far from here. It's a few blocks away.
Maybe I could dip out and go toward that gym to go talk to my coach and see if he's heard anything about this.
Okay. All right. So that's what you tell Jessica you do, and then all of a sudden Jessica remembers that conversation happens, and she looks up and Hector's not there anymore. You were confused for just a second. You thought he came in with you, but no, he's not here. And then you remember that he left.
Okay. So anyways, I was hoping maybe I can go ahead and use premonitions.
Okay. It's going to kind of blank you out a little bit, and you're in public. So if you want to,
Well, in that case, I'll ask her to kind of, could you please just, last time we talked before he got taken, you were worried because his nightmares were getting worse.
yeah.
Have they stayed the same, gotten better, gotten worse? Have they gotten more detailed?
Since his appointment with you, he's, his nightmares were getting better. He's been doing much better.
Just that one rough night
What rough night?
when you called me before our last appointment.
I never called you. What are you talking about?
I'm pretty sure you called me while I was out of town.
When was
You
that?
said he was.
That was about 5 days ago.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, about 5 days ago.
No, everything's been great. He's been looking forward to his next appointment with you. you check your cell phone?
Yeah.
Your call log?
Mhm.
There's no call from then.
Strange.
Okay, so back upstairs.
I want to look and see if there's any pictures or something. I mean, I can't pick up anything, but if there's anything noticeable that he drew or anything having to do with his dreams or something like that.
Okay, you find pictures of dinosaurs tacked on the wall about 6-year-old height,
Mm-hmm.
like push pinned into the wall around his bed.
Okay.
And in every one of these dinosaurs, there's another figure that's on the picture with it. And in a couple of pictures, that other figure looks like it's on fire. And in other pictures, it looks like it is a person with a halo over his head. And in a couple of other pictures, it looks like a shadow. It's been like all drawn in black and looks like a shadow.
But it's noticeably the same figure every
Not
time.
necessarily. No.
There's
but there
just
is
always a figure that's either on fire with a halo or a shadow-looking thing.
Yes. In
There's
every
always
picture.
there's always a figure with a dinosaur.
Yes, and the dinosaur is facing it.
Hmm.
Okay.
While she's processing that,
Can
I'm
I?
going.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. While she's processing that, I'm gonna go to the bed and try to. Not gonna move it or anything because obviously preserve the scene, but I want to try to of like. Did it look like he was asleep or like was there?
Yeah, the bed is messed up. Yes.
Bed's really messy.
If the bed gets made every day, which judging from the house, you can't be certain happens, the bed is messed up right now.
Okay, let me search the bed to see if I see any blood or anything or.
No, you don't find any blood.
No blood.
We've already gone over the bed without disturbing it.
Hmm. Is there anything of note, Garcia, in this room that you guys have already located that you should let me know about besides the window?
There's a few of these toy dinosaurs underneath his mattress, and it might be relevant because he has these other pictures of dinosaurs all over, or he could just be a fan of dinosaurs and he keeps his toys under his mattress. I can't. But there's a few toys down there.
Underneath the bed?
What'd you say?
I would have told Jessica in the car. I said I would in the car. I would have told Jessica that I know that this kid really likes dinosaurs and he's always playing.
Okay.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, because that's pretty much the only thing you know about the kid is he's a loner and he likes dinosaurs. Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna kneel down and I'm gonna look under the bed, and what I'm looking for is there's a bunch of his dinosaur plushies and toys.
Yep. That's what's down there. And then also like some dirty clothes.
Does it look like there's a spot where he could have been lying down underneath the bed? Like an open spot where there's no toys or clothes?
There is
you know
a
what I mean?
spot large enough for him to be lying down there.
Or do I see any scratch marks or anything on the floor? Any scuffs or anything like that? No. Okay. I'm just gonna. There was no note or anything. Nothing that seemed to be a message left behind.
No, Garcia says no, nothing like that. We're still waiting for the ransom call.
Yeah.
What do you think this is?
Here. I'm not sure yet. Let's go down and see if
it could be a relative I mean, the kid's father was murdered about a month ago. So it could be, a relative or a friend of the father kidnapping the kid.
It's possible. Let's go down to the backyard and see if they've turned up any
Okay. All right.
possible point of entry.
Let's see. Hector's not to the gym yet, unless you want to run with super speed. Oh, you do have celerity. If you want to run with super speed, you're at the gym, but you might get spotted.
Does it cost me like anything for a rouse check or something?
No, I'm not going to worry about that. No.
Yeah. So then I would have ran over there super speed wise. Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
All right, you got there.
All right. So I go in and see if I can find Gustavo Gutierrez. My coach.
Yeah, he is working out on a heavy bag.
Okay. So I kind of go in there, give him a head nod, and ask him if I could, talk to him for a second.
Hey, Hector. Yeah.
Hey,
How you doing, son?
So I'm all right. Something. I don't know if you've heard anything about this. Something terrible's happened.
What's happened?
That kid. That family? Do we know? I don't know that. I don't remember the name of the family.
Hernandez.
What is her? Oh, Hernandez, right. The Hernandez family, right? The little. What's the boy's name again?
Carlos Jr.
Oh, okay. Yeah, little Carlos was abducted. It looks like.
What? Oh,
yeah,
man,
it looks like.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it looks like someone broke in there and stole him out of there, and
That's the kid whose dad died last month.
Yep, that's him.
Fuck. Man, they're not having a good month.
Yeah, so I got one of my friends who's a psychologist who was seeing the kid. He's I'm kind of I told her I know the neighborhood and I kind of ask around. You got anything any reason anybody want to take this kid or anything that anybody that family doesn't have money, do they? So
no, I don't think they do. Most people around here don't have money.
Yeah, so it doesn't make sense that somebody would try to like kidnap the kid for ransom or anything. So
no, I don't think so.
Of any like
maybe family. I mean, what is it? So like 8 out of 10 kidnappings of children is from the family, something like that.
Yeah, I mean we don't know of any. There's no like kid smuggling rings or anything weird like that going on around here, is there? That you know about?
Not that I'm aware of. There is some going on in the city. There's always shit like that happening somewhere, but I'm not aware of any of that happening around here. No. I'm pretty sure that's not happening around here.
All right, well, you keep your eyes, your ears open for me. If you hear of anything, just give me a call and let me know.
You know what? I'll call around a little bit and see if I can dig up anything.
Okay, I appreciate you.
Okay, we're gonna jump back to Jessica and Anita Hernandez. Your phone has the last call that happened before that phone call and the one that happened after it, but that one is missing. There is no log of it.
Alright, that is just too strange.
And you do remember wondering how that phone call might have happened. That wasn't a real emergency. They shouldn't have let it go through. You questioned it a little bit. But you never questioned anyone about it.
Okay. I would have laid into my exchange people, though.
Would you have?
Yeah.
They never... There was no call record of this.
Okay. I don't know what to do.
I know I'm not there, so this is like an outside question.
Mm-hmm.
Are we aware of each other's things that we've been learning, or no, we haven't had those conversations.
That is up to you guys. You and Mila have been, or you and Jessica have been starting to get a little close, so you guys might be aware of some things.
Okay.
Hector,
Well, that's
of,
something I would have complained about all the way back from Pennsylvania too.
yeah. If you would have talked to them right away, then yeah, this whole time you know that. Yeah, there was no log for that phone call, and nobody knows what you're talking about.
I mean, like, oh yeah, no, never mind. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So I'm at a loss.
That's what you tell her?
No, no, that's strange. I could have sworn you called me.
No. Everything was great. Maybe I should have. I mean, maybe something I would have said might have hinted at what was happening. I don't know. Who would take him?
Has there been anybody who's been interested in your anybody who's been really interested in you or Carlos lately?
Who is that guy? She stops and she's looking up into her mind. Her eyes kind of look up. A few days ago, he was playing with his dinosaurs out in the yard. And he was talking to a man in a suit.
One of the detectives, so you can tell him about this. Did you tell them about this?
No, I forgot all about it. It didn't seem important at the time.
Okay. Let me grab an officer real quick.
Okay.
We're walking down the stairs.
You guys are walking down the stairs to head out to the backyard. And Jessica motions for you.
Jack.
Yeah.
Can you come over here? She hasn't told us to the guys yet, but she said there was a guy in a business suit playing dinosaurs with him the other day.
What? And I'm gonna very quickly walk over. I'm gonna pull a chair up. Garcia, take notes.
He pulls out his notebook.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this was, I don't know, 4 days ago, 5 days ago. I don't remember exactly what day. And Carlos was out in the front yard on the driveway, and he was playing with his dinosaurs. And I went inside to make us a sandwich, and when I came back out, he was talking to this man in a suit. It was a really nice suit. He was one of those fancy high dollar guys with the fancy haircut and I don't like he was a banker or something, or worked on Wall Street something. And whoops, I got disconnected. Okay. And they were talking, and then when the guy saw me, then he just waved and he left. And I didn't think anything of it. I thought he was just walking by and he saw a little boy out in the yard by himself. So he talked with him until his mom came back out. Do you think that was the bastard that took him?
Hold on 1 second. I've got a car or motorcycle that's riding around.
Fucking motorcycles.
Yeah, people in DC have a tendency to basically gangs of teenagers ride around on dirt bikes and make a lot of noise.
Teenagers suck. Hi, all teenagers that watch this show. Hi.
Yeah. But anyway,
who am I kidding? Nobody watches this show.
Whatever.
The teenagers that do don't suck.
Yeah, but you guys are cool. You don't suck. Okay.
Okay, but Did he leave on foot or did he leave in a car?
He left on foot.
He just walked away back down the
He
street.
just walked away, like he was just walking down the street. You know. I didn't think
Okay,
anything
what did he
of
look
it.
like? Do you have any way of describing him? Was he white?
He was white, had blonde hair, really fancy haircut. Like he had just had his haircut. Everything was, every single hair was in place, and it was all nice around his neck and everything. It was a black suit. It fit him perfect. He really stood out in this neighborhood. I figured maybe he was over here to buy a house, flipping houses or something. Who knows?
And did you overhear what your son was talking to him about? What they were saying?
Did I?
Take your time.
They were talking about his dinosaur.
Or did Carl?
They were talking about his dinosaur.
Did Junior say anything after you talked? When you talked to Junior after the guy left, what did Junior say about the man?
Did he say? He didn't. I don't think he said anything about him. He just gathered his dinosaurs and we went inside for lunch. I don't think he said anything.
Okay.
Did I ask him who that was? Maybe I did. If I did, he didn't give me an answer that. Just. It was just a man walking by.
I see. Okay.
He asked me about my dinosaur.
And that's what
he said. He asked me about the dinosaur. That's what Carlos said.
And this was during the day, right?
This was during the day, yes. Just around noon or so. It was about lunchtime. So, I don't know exactly what time, but between 11 and 1. It had to be.
Okay, any other similar occurrences after that point to today?
No. No.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll be back with you in a moment, ma'am. Me and Detective Garcia need to go and examine the backyard, so.
Okay.
Jessica, if you could keep her company, and then I'll take a step up and start walking away with Garcia.
Okay. Milo, what are you doing?
I was in there listening.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go call my sire.
Okay. Where do you go to do this?
I'm gonna go sneak past everybody so I don't touch anyone, and then go, just kind of far out so nobody can hear me. And
okay, you go out the front and go past the car.
Somewhere quiet, yeah.
Okay. All right, you call her.
Okay.
She answers after 2 rings. Hello.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, dear.
How
did your meeting with the prince go?
Oh, that went well. But on our way out, we got a phone call from Anita. If you remember, that's the wife of Carlos Hernandez.
Oh.
And Carlos Jr. has been kidnapped, evidently.
Oh.
Well,
so that's strange.
Yeah, and we're here checking it out. We don't know a lot so far, but what I found, I just figure I'll call you and see if you know anything further.
Have you found any, and this is going to sound strange, black rotting flesh?
No, but I can go look some more for that specifically. Would it be probably in that room or around it, maybe outside?
Either. Both?
Okay. You want me to go look and call you back?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that.
Be careful. If you get a sixth sense of danger, make sure you remain hidden.
Okay.
Analyze the situation before you act.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, bye. I'll call you back.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna hang up, and then the first thing I'm gonna do is go to where Jack and them are looking around outside.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be with them, but more specifically looking for rotting flesh.
Okay. Okay. Jack and Garcia are outside in the backyard.
Okay. Do we have any? I'm gonna yell out to all the officers. Has anybody found anything of note?
A couple of them, they look at each other, and then one of them looks back at you and says, "Over here, sir." And he brings you to a place where they have put down a yellow flag. He says, "I don't know what this is. Maybe it's just a dead bug or something. I don't know. So I don't know if it's relevant or not. So I tagged it, and you can make the decision, detective." And then, other than that, there are these imprints in the wall. And I don't remember seeing them when we first got here. But, maybe I just didn't notice. Honestly.
It probably you were focused on other things. It's easy to miss things the first time. This is why we go over the scene multiple times.
Yes, sir.
Now, let me look at what we've got here.
Okay. And he gets down and he kind of... it's in the grass. There's grass, by the way, because 20 years ago it fucking rained a lot more than it rains now. Anyone that says climate change is not happening needs to spend 20 years in El Paso. We used to have, like, snails and mushrooms and all kinds of stuff. No, now it's just hot. Okay. So, and he pushes the grass aside, and he points at this little black flake, and you don't know what the fuck it is. It looks like maybe the wing of a black moth. It could just be... if he didn't point it out to you, you wouldn't think it was relevant. But now that it's being pointed out to you, you don't know what the fuck it is, and maybe it is relevant.
It looks like it could be rotting flesh.
Yes, it could be. It could maybe be.
Okay. Well, we determined our phones do not have cameras, correct?
They do not have cameras.
I guess it is. All right. But
okay.
That would make your phone huge.
All right. For now, let's take a photograph of that. I'm gonna try to see if I can find anything, any prints or any kind of.
Yes, sir.
Sign of an approach.
We also found a few footprints that came from the gate over there.
You may want to.
They seem to be man-sized footprints, and they seem to be more recent than the. Apparently, the husband died a month ago. They seem to be much more recent than that, in the last day or two. You can investigate that further, but we have those flagged over there, and then it goes into the grass where there's no sign.
Okay, so where are these footprints coming from? You said the gate. Is this a gate on the right side of the house?
Yes.
Leading in, like, from the front yard to the backyard?
Yes. And he goes over and he shows you, and there are two pretty clear footprints in the dirt. They are both heading into the backyard. There are no footprints heading out, and they are, man-sized, like a men's 11 or so.
Men's 11. Okay. All right, and if I follow those, where do they stop?
You only get the two, and then it goes into grass, and in the grass there is no indentation of footprints.
Nothing subtle.
The two footprints do point towards the kid's window.
Interesting. Now,
And as
I
you're
want to
looking
look.
at it, in fact, we're going to borrow some of your successes from the last investigation roll. These are not from yesterday. These are from just, a few hours ago. So these are probably footprints that are relevant.
Okay, you said they were like a men's 11.
Yes.
So this isn't mindless footprints.
These are not mindless footprints. They could be Hector's. You're not sure.
Hmm.
You never thought to, gauge Hector's foot size?
Okay, now here's a question: Has the dew? It's night. Has dew set in on the grass yet?
No.
No. Okay, dang it. That could have given me an indication because it would have just, dang it, basically disrupted the
Mhm.
if it was like super recent. So it would be like less reflective. But okay, I want to go to the foot, like basically near where the back of the wind, like basically right underneath where the window is,
Yes.
and try to see if I see any place where like someone jumped off and work backwards towards like the backyard to the back of the yard.
You're looking. You don't find anything.
Okay, so you don't need me to make a roll.
Yeah,
I
you can
don't
make a
see
roll if you
anything.
want to, but there's nothing. I'm going to assume you pass it. There's nothing.
Okay, I won't roll then. Do I see anything on the fence that looks like, no? He took the kid, jumped through, took the kid. He must have jumped back out. Do I see anything that looks like somewhere where like somebody climbed a fence, or like a splinter part on the fence, or maybe like when he jumped out, he clipped.
It's a chain link fence.
It's a chain link fence.
Well, no, it is a rock and mortar wall that is about 2 foot high and really old and kind of falling apart, and a chain link fence on top of it that takes it to about 4.5 feet high. And it is also old. And then there's a wooden gate that is about 4.5 feet high.
Okay. Now, this house, is it like, are there like other backyards like on the other side of this
Yes,
backyard?
it's
You know what I mean?
backyard to backyard.
Okay, I want to take my flashlight and just sort of look into the other yards to try to see if I like see a possible landing point. Because at this point, I'm assuming something supernatural has taken him and probably jumped back out.
Make me an intelligence and awareness roll.
Let's see. Three successes.
You see an indentation in open dirt in the backyard behind. That could be, but you're not close enough to to actually really investigate it. But there is an indentation in the dirt that that you want to take a closer look at.
Okay, I'm gonna climb the fence. I'm gonna tell the others stay here.
Okay.
I'm gonna climb the fence.
Okay, make me an investigation roll as you look at that. Intelligence and investigation.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Can you pull the chair out?
6 successes. So you find evidence of the same footprint in this disturbance of Earth, and it was kind of a soft landing, but it was a landing. It wasn't a step.
Okay.
So if
do I see?
You look back at the window and you judge the distance, it would have cleared over the 4.5 foot fence to land here. Something flew or glided from that window to here.
Do I see any follow-up footprints anywhere?
Yes.
Does a trail lead from it?
There's not a very obvious trail, but you do see a couple indications of someone trying to not leave footprints. And it goes right up to this guy's side gate. This house's side gate. And then over it. It doesn't look like the gate was opened.
Okay, I'm gonna keep following it for right now. I'm gonna tell the others, we've got more footprints from the same ones at the gate over here. I want you guys to contact the homeowner over here so that we can secure this as part of the scene.
Will do. And then they look at each other like, what the fuck? Yeah, how did we get footprints over there? But then they go do it. Okay, we're going to jump to... Who's it been since we did a while? Jessica and Anita. In the kitchen.
Okay, so aside from that person, is there anybody else that may have shown interest in you or Carlos?
No. I mean, no one more than normal. The neighbors have been helping us with, you know, making some food and stuff ever since Hector died.
Okay.
You know, just good neighbor things.
You know, I think at this point I want to go ahead and excuse myself, go to the bathroom, and then see if I can't trigger a premonition.
Okay. Make your premonition roll. And spend your rouse. Make your rouse roll.
Rouse.
Rousing success. It doesn't cost you anything.
Haha, yay!
Okay. And what's your premonition roll?
One success.
One success. Okay. Did it say how many successes you need in the little system explanation? Let me find, was it Auspex?
Yeah. Oh. I would say that's not very successful.
Yeah, I know it's not very successful. I'm just wondering if it's at all successful.
If you get anything. Probably not. I'm down to reroll.
You can spend a willpower to reroll if you'd like. That'll be 3 dice. Cough drop time.
Not much
what
better.
did you click? Did you click the reroll button in the chat box?
Yeah, is that not what I was supposed to do?
No. In your character sheet,
Uh-huh.
underneath willpower is a little, like, spend a willpower point ticker. Little button to press.
Oh, okay, I see where it says
And then,
willpower.
yeah. And then it'll ask you how many dice and do 3.
Because I'm awesome. I like that roll better.
Yeah, now you have 4. And you needed to spend a willpower point. So.
I took one off.
Okay.
Okay.
Now with 4 successes. So you go in there, close your eyes, focus your senses. What are you trying to look for?
I'm
what are
trying
you looking
to,
for an answer to?
just trying to find out where the kid is.
Okay, so you're focusing on Carlos.
Yeah.
You feel cold. It's a bit of a strange sensation, and as soon as you feel it, you recognize that you haven't been feeling warm or cold for the last month, ever since you died. That sensation hasn't really mattered. But in this moment, you feel cold. You are in a small cage. A dog kennel. You can't stand up. You smell death and diseased flesh, like rotten meat. And the vision ends.
So that didn't give me a location, it just gave me his perspective.
Yes. Okay, let's jump to Hector. What was Hector doing? Were you heading back?
Sorry, I had to unmute. Yeah, and by the way, I thought we figured out in an earlier session. I'm just remembering this, that I don't really have a super speed power.
Yeah,
I mean
you
fleetness.
still. Yeah, you do it a little bit. It's just, it's not flash speed. But yeah,
Well,
the fleetness. You don't have the fleetness level 3 power yet, right?
No, I don't think there is I think the next level for me is traverse or blink, but even those are like, I think those are like sprints. Those are like 50 meters type of deal.
Yeah.
So I don't think I have anything that lets me like
Yeah, don't
cover
worry about
miles.
it. It's my story. Don't worry about it. You still got there pretty quick.
Right. I get back and I get by the house or whatever.
Notice that I didn't make you roll anything to see if somebody noticed you being super fast.
Gotcha. So I guess I jog up to the area of the house or whatever, and I'll call Jessica.
Okay.
On.
Jessica doesn't answer. She's in a cage right now.
Okay, I'll call. Let me try calling Jack then.
Calling who? Jack. Okay.
Jack.
Jack's phone rings. The officers
Hello?
are starting to come around, and they're talking to the owner of the house in the front. He was already awake because all the fucking lights are going off, and he knows what's going on. People have already come and talked to him to see if he saw anything.
Hello, Jack.
Hey, Jack. I just I went back over to the gym and I put some feelers out, tried to see if Gustavo knows anything. He said he doesn't know anything special about this family or anybody. There's no local kid trafficking rings or anything that would have been that we know of. I mean, they would have had to have come from in the city proper, from outside of the neighborhood. But yeah, that's all I got, man. No solid leads.
Okay, I don't know what you can do right now, but this is a special case, I think.
I'll tell you what then. One person I can think of is, why don't I give Enriquez a call and see if he knows of any special groups that might be interested in doing this sort of thing in this neighborhood, because I believe he's
that's a
familiar
good
with the
idea.
neighborhood.
I want you to ask him about anything. Oh, this is better to speak about over the phone. I mean, in person. But let me continue my investigation, and then we'll figure out where to go from there.
All right. Well, I'll hang over by the car again, because this family kind of knows me, and I don't want to risk like having to explain what I'm doing around, because some people in the neighborhood know that I got taken by Homeland a while back, or ICE a while back.
Okay. Cool,
INS. Cool. INS is what we would have called it. Yeah. I got taken by INS, so
Immigration
people
is
in this
how most
neighborhood.
people refer to it around here. ICE now, but back then they said immigration.
We didn't say, we used to say INS. Yeah, well, Immigration and Naturalization Services, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, and I'll say, hey, so I'm hanging, because the status with me is that I think a lot of people in the neighborhood know that I was taken, but then they also know that facilities, something horrible happened, and a lot of us got, escaped and are still kind of just hiding from authorities. So I think that's the people that know that I'm back around, just assume that I'm laying low because of that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so it'll look weird if I'm up in the house.
Enriquez real quick if that's what you want to do, and then we'll cut to.
Yeah.
Else.
Okay. Yeah, let me ring Enriquez.
Okay, 3 rings. 4 rings. Yeah. He answers, yeah.
Hey, I'm over here in our neighborhood. In this neighborhood over here. The Hernandez family. I don't know if you're even familiar with them.
Nope.
'Cause I don't know how much you hang on. What's that?
Nope.
Okay, well, there's a kid, and he's been abducted, and I think it's kindred
Fuck, man.
or some kind of supernatural force. So, you know of anybody that might try to do that in this neighborhood?
The Sabat are running wild in this city, man. So.
You said there's a what?
The
A battle
Sabat.
running?
The Sabat are
Oh, the
running
Sabat.
wild in this city.
Well,
So.
Why would they take kids? Just what is it, like veal to them or something, or is there another?
I don't know. You asked. That's my answer.
All right, so you got no.
I got no definite answer for you. No, what my
No, this isn't the MO of anybody tries to break in through
Yeah,
windows and
no
snatch
one-
kids out of nowhere out of a house.
No, nothing specific like that. No, but like I said, the Sabat are around, and those guys suck.
All right, thanks. I figured I'd just check with you.
Yeah. If you think this is kindred business, you should run it up the chain. I was about to say I'd run it up the chain for you. Fuck, man, I don't want to talk to those guys. You should run it up the chain.
Who do I call first then?
Well, how did your meeting with the prince go?
Well, I think yeah. So I guess I can hit
if you
him
weren't
up.
in trouble and it was a good meeting, then maybe you should call the prince or one of his guys.
Yeah. All right. It's a good idea. Thanks.
Yep. You take care of yourself.
All
If
right.
you need me, let me know.
All right. I appreciate it.
Fuck
Dad.
People's. Hate that. Take
Hang
care
up.
of yourself, son.
I already hung up.
Okay.
So let me call Prince James then.
Okay. You do not have Prince James's number. You do, however, have Terry's number. Perry's number.
Perry. All right. I'll call Perry.
Okay. Yeah, he answers on the second ring. You got Perry.
Hey Perry. Hey Perry. How you doing? It's Hector.
Hector, as in like from an hour ago, Hector?
Yeah, that Hector.
Hey.
Is the prince around? I need to ask him about something that deals with kindred stuff.
Let me see. I'm gonna put you on hold.
All right, thanks.
He doesn't push a button or nothing.
Cool.
You
I'm
wait
just
for like
scope-
2 fucking minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
In the
Hector.
meantime, I'm just looking around.
Prince,
yeah.
Prince James answers. Hector?
Hey, yeah, how you doing, Prince James? Yes. So, I'm at the house of this family in my neighborhood, and it looks like their 6-year-old kid was abducted. It's
That's
a single
been
mother.
happening a lot lately.
Really? That's what I wanted to ask you about. Is this the MO of some supernatural or kindred,
We've
group
been
that we should
investigating
know about?
it. I thought I had it taken care of when I hired Mahira to kill the last ton.
What kill the last what?
Child abductor?
So are these kindred?
I don't know.
Well, so would Mahira know like what we're dealing with? Yeah. So probably need to call her next then.
If you have access to that.
Well, I mean, yeah, her. Okay.
Yeah, I suppose.
All right.
Mila-
So, but she
Mila should
never.
be in contact with her now.
Okay, I'll ask Mila, but Mahira never reported anything to you about who it was that abducted the kids, or who she killed, or.
No, Mahira didn't make that kill. Mila did. Mila killed the person who the police thought was responsible for 4 child abductions, but they had no evidence. Their evidence wasn't strong enough to bring him in, and it appeared that there may have been some supernatural manipulation going along against the investigation. So I took that to mean that he was guilty, and I hired an Assamite to investigate and remove the situation.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Prince. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Let me know how this works out. I can't stand the suffering of children in my city. That's the one thing that is unforgivable. Unforgivable.
I agree.
Where are you?
All right,
you need any help? You need me to send the Rat King? If this investigation is kindred business, then the police aren't going to be able to handle it.
Right, we're still trying to figure it out. I mean, we have no clue as far as I know at this point. It just looks like the break-in was just it doesn't seem like a human thing at work here. Okay. But this place is flooded with humans right now, so now might not be the best time for the Ratkin to pop through. Maybe I could I could update you as soon as it kind of calms down out here and we have some kind of idea of where to look next, where we can kind of
update me as soon as you learn anything.
Okay, will do. Thanks.
Yeah, and a couple seconds later, Perry's on the phone.
Okay.
You take care, Hector.
Hey, thanks, Perry. You too. All right, and then I guess my next call is going to be over to Mila.
Okay.
Mila I'm currently on nothing, so that way.
Yeah, your phone's on nothing. You don't hear it, and even if it did go off, you wouldn't hear it because you make no sound.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, and
so
then
it just rings and rings, and then it picks up. I mean, it goes to voicemail. So.
All right, Hector's just gonna wait by the car until one of these three calls him back.
Okay. Who's it been since we did a what? Milo, what are you doing?
I am going to see if there's any more of those little black pieces of something or anything else that might be rotting flesh.
Okay, as you are looking for this in specific now.
Yes.
Make me an intelligence and investigation roll.
Okay. Three.
You find a couple more, but they're not together. They're separated by quite a bit of distance.
Okay. Are they like leading anywhere, like leading toward the window or the gate or anything like that, or they're just kind of scattered?
They're scattered. They're not even in any kind of line.
Okay.
Like they floated to the ground like a feather.
Okay.
Do you touch it?
No.
So far, none of you have touched one.
No.
Okay.
And she specifically told me to like assess the situation and stuff, so I'm not. But I want to know how to describe it. So they said the officer said it looks like a bat wing.
Like a moth's wing.
Moth's wing.
Black moth's wing. It's tiny, and it just looks like a little black flake.
Okay.
A moth's. Right. It doesn't really look like a moth's wing. Now that you were told to look for black rotting flesh, that's what it looks like.
It is.
But
what it
they
looks
had
like.
nothing to base that comparison off of, so it kind of looks like a black moth's wing, I guess.
But I feel confident enough to say yes, I probably did find some.
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna go back to where I was and call her.
Okay.
And kind of know where they were at.
Okay.
In fact, yeah. Okay.
Okay, make your call.
Okay, I call her.
She answers halfway through the first ring.
Okay.
What'd you find?
I'm pretty sure I found some. I mean, I've never seen any, so I can't say 100%, but it's like a black kind of flaky type of thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, yeah.
It's the same. I'm coming. Where are you?
I am at the house.
What? Okay. The same house?
Yes.
The same house where you killed Carlos?
Yes.
Okay. I'll be there soon.
Okay. And then I'm gonna call Hector because I saw that he called.
Okay. Hector's phone rings.
I pick it up.
Hey, did you call?
Yeah, just talking to the prince, and he said, I was just kind of asking him because this sounds like a kindred thing, and also I went back over to the gym and talked to Gustavo and asked him to keep his ears open. I talked to Enriquez. He said, I talked to Gustavo, and Gustavo said there's no human rings around, child abduction rings around here. So I'm, based on what we've seen so far, it might be supernatural. So I called the prince, and the prince informed me that you and Mahira were working some cases that involved child abduction in this area, and that there was an assassination made, or you fill me in on that? What's the...
Well, I did not realize that it had anything to do with child abduction. That's new to me.
Yeah, the prince said there were four child abductions going on in this area, and he said that you and Mahira did the investigation.
Well,
and
No, he said the police were investigating, and their investigations initially led to him, and then through what seemed supernatural means, their investigation came to a close. So
the police's investigation came into close?
Investigation came to a close. So that's when he hired an Asimite to investigate and remove the problem.
Okay. And did you... so I tell this to her, and I said, did you have anything to do with that, or is that something we need to...
I mean, I did and I didn't, because when I did what I did, I didn't know anything about any of this. I knew him from social worker staff. But Mahira...
Did he... When you killed him, did he... he was human, though, right? You would have noticed he would have disintegrated if he was...
I mean, there was nothing special about him as far as I know.
Oh, you guys have also found out in this amount of time that when you kill a vampire, their body returns to the age that they should be. So if they disintegrate to dust, they were old.
Oh, okay. And nothing happened. Just a body.
Okay.
Right?
What?
Oh, I don't know, because I died soon after. Do I even know what happened to his body?
No, you left it there, I think. Or no, wait.
Yeah.
Did you? No, you threw it in the garbage. No, wait. I think that's what you do to people now.
I left him there.
Yeah, you just left him there.
But as far as I know, he was just a dead human.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I didn't know anything about it. And then Mahira told me she was hired to take him out, but I actually did it before her. And that's what made her want to change me. So she did. She's on her way though, because she knows what this is.
Oh, okay.
So she's on her way. So I'm gonna text Jack and Jessica and have them come over here to the car, and we kind of wait for her to get here and tell us what's up.
Okay. Any other clues or anything that you guys found that I should know about?
She told me to look for rotting flesh, and I did, and I found it.
Rotting flesh?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. But as soon as I told her I found some, she said she'll be right here. So she's coming.
Okay.
And
Well, I guess she'll fill us in.
I think she said something like, "Oh yeah, it's the same." So I don't know. She knows what it is.
All right. Well, I don't know if she's not trying to insert herself into that room full of cops or whatever. I'm out here by the car, so she could chill with me.
Yeah, I'll come meet you at the car. And then I'm gonna text Jack and Jessica and have them come out here too, I guess, because that way we can all just talk to Mahira. So I'll just meet you at the car.
All right, sounds good.
Goodbye.
Cool.
Alright, so then I'm gonna head to the car and text Jack and Jessica and ask them to come to the car as soon as they have a time.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say Mahira's on the way. Or, yeah, I'm gonna say Mahira rather than texting myself. Just in case.
Okay, so both Jack and Jessica get a text message. Jessica, what do you do?
Well, I was finishing up in the bathroom, so I'll go and excuse myself from Carlos's mom.
Okay.
And just let her know.
She hugs you again.
If we can find him, we will. Just if they recover him, call me and I'll come. I'll come be there for you guys. Okay?
I will. Okay. And Jack, you get a text message.
Okay, and remind me what it was. Mahira's on the way. Meet me at the car.
I'm gonna say, yeah, can you meet me at the car when you have a chance? Mahira's on her way.
I'll reply 1 second following a trail. So that's where I had left off, as I was following this trail that was being left like in this series of yards.
It was just the 1 yard. It was just the 1 yard, and it went to the gate, and then on the other side of the gate is cement, and you don't find any sign, any footprints or anything. But it went to the gate. I don't see anything that.
And you had said that the impact clearly looked like an impact, but it looked very light.
Yes.
Distance that must have been cleared from a leap.
Yes, but it didn't land heavy. It didn't land like a 200-pound person with a 6-year-old kid. Also, it landed like a 30-pound thing that knew how to land. It landed light, but it still made an intention, and the intention is somewhat deep. And it had like a skid to it, like it was a landing with both feet. It wasn't just a step.
Okay.
But it was light.
Okay. All right. Here's what I'm gonna. All right. I'm gonna pull Garcia when Garcia gets to the backyard, because I'm assuming he's basically trying to like shadow me to see what's going on.
Uh-huh. Well, he's the one who talked to the guy in the front because it needed to be official. So yeah. So now you guys have involved this backyard into the investigation.
Okay, Garcia.
And some guys are coming in. A couple of guys are coming in with him with flags to mark evidence and. Yeah.
Okay, I think I have a general idea of what's going on.
What'd you find?
We've got we've got footprints from that gate.
Okay.
That seem to have led to that back window. We have the indentations wall of the home, indicating something was climbing. We have the window busted through. We've got a place where it looks like the child may have been hiding under the bed. At least that was my determination, possibly.
Okay.
He was taken. And then we have a spot here where something landed. It didn't land heavy, so
like a hand glider.
No, you're thinking too advanced. The reason it didn't land heavy, I think, is because they hopped down from the fence. I think they were.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying here? They climbed on top of the fence, and then they started to get lower, and then they hopped down.
Okay.
That's why it's like out of character. I'm trying to steer him away from the supernatural explanation.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what would have caused the indentations in the wall, but they may have used some kind of grasping tool or something to
He's looking
allow
at the
them to climb that surface, and maybe it left some indentations.
I'm gonna make
that's just theorizing, but something regardless climbed it, broke in, took the kid.
I think he can't hear you.
Able to.
Can you hear me?
Somewhat leave. I hear you.
Okay. He's making an investigation roll. Looking. He looks up at the window and down at this indentation in the ground that you found. And I need one more die on that.
Yeah. What I'm trying to convince him is that this guy went up, got the kid, got back down, went through the yard, climbed the fence, and hopped down from a low point, leaving a small indentation in the ground.
Yeah, that's what you're trying to convince him. And he's looking at it. Yeah, I guess that's more likely than the hand glider thing, but I don't know. I really...
Look, let's not
how did he make
dismiss
the indentations in the wall? I think this might be some kind of robot scientist guy or something, like in a comic book.
Wow.
You're probably right, but until we get the answer, maybe we shouldn't rule it out.
We'll not rule it out, but I think our main focus right now, I think we have a general idea of the direction from which they entered and exited. So,
okay.
Obviously, this is your investigation.
That's what we'll focus on. Yeah.
This is your investigation.
He went through here and he went through this gate into the street, so we can ask all the people around here if they saw anything instead of the Hernandez's house, which is where we were asking.
Yeah. Okay. So interview all the neighbors in this area. See if anybody heard anything or saw anything. Have one of your guys dust for prints in the bedroom. Maybe there was some kind of fingerprint that we don't know that was left.
And on this gate here.
Yep. Follow this path. Try to look for prints. Obviously, look for any further footprints. Keep the scene isolated. It's that's all the help I can give you. I'm gonna try to look into this a bit more on my own.
Do you think this is related to any of the other abductions and the murders?
Things are going crazy right now. Who knows? Let's hope not. But
we've been finding kids in dumpsters for 2 months.
It could be related.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell that. I didn't want to tell that to Mrs. Hernandez.
Yeah, let's keep her suffering to
we haven't gotten a ransom call yet.
Yeah, let's keep her suffering to a minimum. I doubt there's going to be a ransom. There's a reason why when I introduced myself, I didn't introduce myself. So, let's. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Lastly,
I'll keep you informed.
Lastly,
in fact, if I get any questions, can I come to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Last thing,
I might need to lean on your experience a little bit.
Okay, but the last thing is, I want you to interview the other neighbors on their main street about that man. See if anybody saw anybody that matches that. And this is the very last thing. Go to the what year is this? This is 1990
This is 2000.
or 2000.
It's 2000 and it's like the 29th or something like that. It's almost 2001.
Okay, I'm just trying to think in terms of what their surveillance infrastructure might be. It's going to be low, but not non-existent.
Hey, that man wasn't communicated to him, was it?
He was there with us.
Oh, he was there when she... Oh, okay.
He took notes.
Garcia's been following Jack around since Jack showed up.
Yeah, no, I didn't think that. I thought that conversation about the man happened between Jessica and
It did, and then she went and got them.
Oh, that's right. Okay, sorry.
No problem. Okay. And then Jack goes and everybody meets up at the car.
Sorry, I disconnected again.
No problem. I think we got that covered. So everybody meets back at the car?
Well, the last thing I was going to say was, Garcia, if there's any local businesses or double check with our intel unit. We may not have an intel unit this time, but if there were any poll cams or anything that were set up just in the area that found that man. I think for right now, that's our prime suspect.
That's where. we'll be looking into that for sure. Yeah, that's the way I'm going.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll leave you be. I'm gonna try to.
Do you think before you go, Jack? Is it okay if I call you Jack?
Yeah, that's fine, Garcia.
Before you go, there's been this whole time that you've been gone. There's been some weird shit happening, and now with this, and that's why I'm thinking maybe a glider, and I'm not even really thinking hang glider. I'm thinking like maybe the guy jumped, like a full-on superhero jump from that window to here. There's been so much weird shit ever since that body disappeared on me. Everything's just been getting worse and worse. Bodies disappearing, and all those people that disappeared from the village inn, and it's been crazy, and things just don't make sense. Do you think
things are?
Do you think it's even possible that something's going on here that doesn't make sense? Everybody laughs at me. But that girl was dead. I'm telling you, that girl was dead.
Look, it's... Nobody knows for sure what the full truth is in any of this. The detective never knows truly what all happened in a case, as much as we wish we could. There's things that we'll never be able to figure out.
Okay.
And you have to live with that. You're right, things are weird right now. My best advice, keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open, keep your ears alert, and keep your mouth, unless you're ready to substantiate people.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm doing what I can. And like you said, we're going to investigate. We'll keep everything investigated, and I'm not going to investigate. I'm not going to worry about the possibility that some fucker jumped from up there to here. But
yeah,
I'm not going to rule
all you
it
need
out
to focus
until
on.
we get evidence contrary to that. I'm not
You
going
never
to
rule
look for
everything
it.
out.
I'm just not going to rule it out.
You never rule anything out. But just remember, Occam's razor, simplest answer, probably correct, but also keep yourself grounded. There's a lot of weird stuff going on, but the main goal right now is to save the little boy.
Yes, absolutely. We have to save.
Regardless of what happens, if you can save him, that makes it all worth it. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Thank you for your help. I'm glad you were here. I don't know. We wouldn't have found a lot of this stuff.
Thank you for letting me help.
Okay. And you guys all meet back up at the car.
All right, are we filling everybody in on like all the clues and stuff? Because Hector only knows a few of them.
Go ahead and do it. Go ahead
All
and
right.
have a conversation as you guys meet back up. We'll say that for the most part you meet up at the same time.
I
guess Jack will be late by just a couple minutes.
Is the car far enough away that I can talk freely while being invisible?
You cannot talk freely while being invisible. It'll turn it off. You can whisper.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just turn it off, I guess. But I want to...
Wait, talking turns it off. Why would the talking turn off the invisibility? That's how it works?
Yes, because it's not real invisibility. It's an illusion to force your mind to not notice her. So if she says something loud enough to draw attention, then it draws attention, and it's dispelled.
But couldn't it be dispelled just for us and not for everybody else?
No, it gets dispelled.
Yeah, that's how I thought it was. But okay, I'm going to turn it off, and then I'll have to do it rouse roll. But I'm gonna do the Mask of Thousand Faces because there's just too many people here that might recognize me. Then I would be.
Okay. Now you guys, you guys all see her as an
everyday boring.
everyday person. She does look a little bit like Mila if you concentrate. She looks a lot like Mila the more you concentrate. But if you don't really think about it, she starts to just blend in and be unnoticeable. Noticeable as a person, not noticeable as an individual. Like something you won't be able to remember her. She doesn't stand out at all. She looks like she belongs.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's also
Alright,
easy to know that it's Mila when you know it is and you're looking at her. She looks like Mila. But if you know,
You don't know me.
if you don't know her, then she just looks like a stranger who looks like she belongs there.
Yep.
Okay, guys. I think I'll lead off.
Okay.
I've got footprints of a man coming from the side gate, leading to underneath the bedroom window. The other thing that I have when I examined the windows, I could clearly tell something came from above. Like something didn't break the window and crawl through. Something shot through, like dove through the window from above. So something jumped in or flew in, broke through, either pulled the kid off the bed or pulled him out from under the bed, and then seemingly jumped from the window to the yard or flew, because he landed, but his imprint was way less than it should have been for the distance they covered. The other thing
Here
is,
for this explanation yet, or is this just the four of us?
this is the four of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those indentations, were those you, Mila?
Oh, on the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
You couldn't
Okay,
control
well,
your
it
beast.
sort of
You
helped
wanna
out
give
for
an
making
explanation.
people.
You asked you harnessed the beast to enhance your strength, and then you couldn't control it.
Right. I don't want to say that. I'm just going to say, yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay.
I don't like to
Okay.
admit bad stuff.
Well, in a way, it helped out because it made them think something climbed instead of jumped through the window.
Mhm.
But it, of course, still freaked him out. But that's what I know. In addition, of course, there was the Jessica. You and I both heard this. The blonde man in the suit who talked to the boy days prior.
Yes. And then
Well, like that sounds like Goldman.
Goldman is an older-looking guy with gray hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anita said this guy was younger, like pristine suit, well done hair. Like, talked to the kid. She saw him. He waved and walked away. She seemed very unsure about the situation and didn't really remember it well, which makes me think something was done to manipulate her mind. I would say he was kindred, but it was the middle of the day.
When did the Blade movie come
That's
out?
weird.
Are there daywalkers?
no.
Maybe a
Maybe something
werewolf?
supernatural, but yeah, it's supernatural, but not kindred.
Do ghouls get abilities?
Yes, ghouls can get abilities. I think you guys probably know that by now.
Could be an advanced ghoul sent by someone. What else? That's my report. What else does everybody have?
So I was in the bedroom looking around, and I noticed that the kid was drawing his pictures of dinosaurs, but in each picture there was like a figure. I wasn't sure, so I went ahead and I called Mahira, and she told me to look for rotting flesh, which is the little like moth wings that your detectives had, or your officers, I guess, had found.
That's what that was?
Yeah, and so I called her and I told her I found some, and she said she'll be here in 10 minutes. So she should be here pretty soon. Oh, and she said it's the same. So she knows what this is.
I'm here already.
So we're
Okay.
just waiting for her to. Oh, okay. Bye.
It's
She
just a
invisible?
whisper. You don't see her.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Jeez. Okay, fill us in. What do you think this is?
I don't know. But it's the same thing it was before. So I guess there were 2 of them, maybe more. Mila dispatched the first one.
What do you mean you don't know? Killed it, didn't you?
Mila killed it.
What?
Mila
Yeah.
dispatched it. What are you talking about?
Whoa.
There's
I mean,
some kind of supernatural monster was abducting children and torturing them and then leaving them broken and rotten and diseased and dead in trash cans out in the desert, in the street under the bridges, just leaving them. It happened to 4 children, I think he said, before I got here. And the police
Carlos
the
was
police
doing
thought
that.
it was Carlos
Mila
Ramirez
killed
who
it?
lived here, and I was investigating. And
What do you mean by that?
What I mean by what? That I was investigating? I was investigating. Welcome back.
Sorry, my audio keeps cutting out, and I stop hearing what you guys are saying because of the internet connection.
Okay. 4 kids were killed or abducted, and then left. One was left in the trash. One was left in the street. One was left under the bridge, and one was left out in the desert. All over a month. The police were investigating and had fingerprints that belonged to the man that lived in this house, Carlos Hernandez. And they were about to arrest him when the investigation fell apart, and they just seemed to have changed their mind. So Prince James hired me to investigate. And when I started investigating this man, what I found was sloshes of black, rotting, diseased flesh in certain areas of his home and in the yard. They seem to dissipate and disintegrate within just a few hours. Most of the flakes are very small. They just seem to come off of him. He had a lot of books on the occult, on demonology. He had journals.
Garcia did.
No.
Not Garcia.
No.
Carlos Hernandez?
Carlos Hernandez, yes. And he was taking notes and investigating the things he shouldn't be. The infernal. He was investigating demonology. He was trying to... I don't know exactly what he was trying to do, but in most cases they're trying to contact some superior power to make a deal, to make a pact, to obtain new power.
Is there any way he would not be dead?
Oh, no, she killed him. He's dead. He was not kindred.
For sure.
I didn't know what he was, but he was not kindred.
What if he did summon something?
Maybe he did. In fact, maybe he wasn't directly responsible for these children's abductions. Or indirectly. Perhaps he summoned something that did it. Whatever it was, it's back.
How much time do you think we have before the kid's gone?
It seemed... and you do have vague recollections of these murders were happening for about a month or so. The four that they talked about, the one that was left in the desert, in the street, under the bridge, and what was the other one? Anyway, those
Trash can?
in the trash.
Oh no,
in
they
the
were all
dumpster.
trash.
Yeah, you remember those. You were more investigating gang violence and that kind of stuff. So that shit was going on. It wasn't your case, but it was going on. All right, what was I saying?
How long it takes for him to...
It appears that he usually has them for a few days to a week.
Don't have much time.
You don't know, and you don't know where they're taken, obviously.
No.
I had a premonition.
You had a premonition?
Yeah, I've been trying to train to force them, and I honed in on him, but I don't know where, but he's huddled cold in a dog kennel, and it smells like filth and decay all around him.
Well, that's not good.
Cold and a dog kennel.
Yeah, he can't stand up.
What parts of El Paso were the other 4 bodies found?
All over. Well, one was out in the desert. One was out in the desert. Like, we'll say out on the west side in the desert. The one under the bridge would be in central. The one in the dumpster out on the east side. And the one that was just in the street was also in central.
Not much of a pattern to that. Typically, obviously this may not be applicable, but typically criminals, whether it's burglar or a rapist or a serial killer, whatever they are, they have a certain area of around their dwelling, their home, wherever they live, their base, that they will not commit an offense or a crime near. So if you can find that area in the middle of all of their crimes, you can sort of triangulate where they are, but it doesn't seem like there'll be any kind of pattern for this.
In the northeast, perhaps?
What about where the kids were taken from?
What about what?
What about where the kids were taken from?
You're right. Hold on, I'm gonna go to the headquarters, try to see if I can find the records on that case.
Okay. Is there anybody that might know what this thing is?
I can contact my sire.
Okay.
Why don't you all arrange a meeting with Prince James? We'll split up, and then I'll go to the police station and try to see if I can.
There's no need for that. And
Jesus.
The Rat King appears right next to you guys.
Oh, thank God it's him. I thought we were about to be, like, in a fight.
The Princess Sheriff is already here.
Did you hear what we were talking about?
Yes.
Okay, so are you up to date?
Do you know what it is?
No, I have no idea what it is. The 4 children were taken from roughly this area. Not this neighborhood, but
But all around here.
Yes.
Hmm.
The first 4. The newer 4 were all taken from Central.
Newer 4.
4 children
This
have
has been going on
abducted
still?
since the death of Carlos Hernandez.
Oh, wow.
Junior here
Hello?
was the 4th. Is the 4th.
So it's always in 4?
Has
Or is
been
it
4.
Carlos?
Perhaps it would have been more
My audio
if
cut
you
out,
had
sorry.
not slain the monster yourself. Mahira elbows you.
Wait, so
Elbows Mila.
okay, I cut out for a second. Did he say there had been 8 total?
Yes.
Yes. I look at her.
And she just nods her head. Like, yeah.
Oh, can I see her?
Yeah. Everybody can see her.
Wait.
Oh, because I thought she was invisible.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, that's right, yeah. She is still invisible. She just whispered.
Which
So
which came first?
She didn't nudge you. I forgot she was still invisible. She just whispered and said she was here. No, she started talking and giving, yeah. No, she appeared when she gave her long-winded explanation.
Oh, okay. So she nods?
What?
She nods?
Yeah, she nods. She nudged you, you looked at her, and then she nodded her head.
I don't understand. I'm going to look at her like I don't understand.
This was in response to the Rat King saying that there might have been more than 4 if you hadn't slain the monster.
Okay. Is there anything that these children have in common? All 8.
Not
That
even
would-
age. Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Only location 4x4.
Sorry.
Well, he wasn't difficult to kill, though, so how can we even be sure he was one?
Not all monsters have the powers of the kindred. It's a dark, dark world out there.
This is true. Okay.
But yes, by my hero's judgment, and I agree, you probably have 4 days to a week to find him. I will start my investigations. And he turns around and starts walking away.
Thank you. Thank you. Not as a question, but as a thank you.
Hey, I'm back. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
What did
Yes.
you miss?
Hello?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Hello?
We are talking to you. We hear you. You no hear us. Hello. Reconnect, Chapin. Psst. Hey, Chapin, reconnect. Psst.
I hear you. Maybe.
No? Hey, reconnect. Push the disconnect button and then come back. All right. Rat King said stuff. I can't repeat it because Rat King hurt my throat. So he left.
Rat King, the cough drop.
And perhaps if I didn't already have a cough, Rat King wouldn't be so bad. Okay.
Great.
Anybody? We need to. You guys did not finish, so we'll have another session in 2 weeks. Anybody? Anything that you want to do before we break for tonight? Anybody?
Nope.
Serious, Jess? Hector?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Yeah, I mean, did we talk at all about? I may have missed some technical difficulties. Do we talk about the premonition?
Yeah.
A little bit, yes. And she brought it up.
Okay.
She said that he's cold and in a stinky place inside of a dog kennel.
All right. Do I know? Well, my knowledge of the neighborhood. How many dog kennels are in the area? Like, is this somewhere? Do I know of it? I mean, this is definitely. If there's dog fighting rings that are underground, I think this is probably something that Hector would know about. Maybe that's an area that.
There are some, one for sure. A guy that, a drug dealer who does some, dog fights in his basement.
That's not That's not something that if we're thinking, and this is just me kind of thinking out loud about it with the group, but if I know these human kennels or whatever, human-owned kennels, but unless there's, if we're talking about kindred ability, I'm not sure. I guess what I'm thinking is, would any of the kennels I know be someplace that a supernatural creature would feel comfortable taking? You know what I mean? Abducting a kid and then taking to that kennel. Like, they'd have to have exercise some kind of control of it. It would have to be like some kind of lair of theirs.
Yep. Yeah. No,
And it does that.
Basement.
Nothing is ringing a bell as something that might be a kindred haven.
Hey, can you
Or
guys hear
any
me now?
supernatural.
Yes, I hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
All right,
I just
you're back.
had to turn my computer off, and I'm on the phones.
Okay. We're just
so
wrapping up
leads-wise
for
in my
tonight,
knowledge
and
of the
then
neighborhood.
We'll finish it in 2 weeks. So, is there anything that you guys want to, talk about or do real quick before?
One of the things that I'm thinking of is the reason that I chose to take out Carlos was because he was beating his wife.
Mm-hmm.
So he had,
And
I
he'd
guess
been
like
doing it for a while too.
Yeah, he had, and nothing was being taken care of with it. So if that's the type of person we're looking for, either Jack can see if there's been reports,
There are
or
hundreds of them.
maybe in this area.
And
there's not hundreds in this area, but there's hundreds in the city of regular domestic abuse cases.
Can Emily hack into the social worker system and see if there's one in particular that has been called more often than others and nothing's been he's never been removed or something like that?
And we didn't even think of talking to Emily.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you call her real quick?
Okay. I'm gonna call her.
Okay.
Ring.
Ring. Ring. Yeah, what?
Hey, Emily.
Hey.
Smiler. Well, you know that. I have a question for you.
Okay.
We're investigating a little boy that got kidnapped. We know that
What?
it's
Just
not.
let the police handle that shit.
No. We know that it's not human. It's not regularness.
Oh, goddamn! Fucking monsters.
I know. Yeah, and I was wondering if there's any way that you would be able to hack into the social worker system and see if there's a man I assume a man, but that's been kind of on our radar a lot, but nothing's really happened or changed in the family. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I can
And
do that.
Okay, and then maybe just
Oh,
either
god
call-
damn it! I got killed. Okay. Yeah, I can do it now, I guess.
Okay. This is the little boy that got taken is the little boy of the man that I killed, so I kind of really want to find him.
What? Oh. Okay.
Just FYI. That's why we're taking this, you know.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
But
Okay.
we found out he's the fourth kid. So, or
Yeah, I've heard that there were some kids that have been abducted lately. I kind of thought it might be some Sabat guy that is raising ghouls from a young age.
Well, and I mean, you don't know offhand something that would leave behind rotting flesh, right?
What?
Or do you?
Rotting flesh like what?
Like little black flakes of rotting flesh that they leave behind.
No.
And would maybe smell really bad like that too.
No, that's gross.
Yeah, it is.
No. Ew.
Okay. Well, that's being left behind by whoever's doing this. So we're trying to figure out.
What the fuck is that?
None of us know. The only thing I can think of is Carlos Hernandez, the one that I took care of, where we think was one of them. And so the only thing I can think of is maybe the still one is somebody that, you know, domestic violence or something. I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I can do that. Yeah. It shouldn't even be that hard. I don't know how much of their records are online.
Oh,
but
I guess that's true. But maybe just, you know, just repeat offenders. Like, you could look up Carlos Hernandez probably, because I had put
see if I can find anything that looks similar to the cases to Carlos Hernandez, to the Hernandez family. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, and she hangs up.
Okay. All right.
Anything else?
Back to this Jessica's premonition. Like, when you say it was a kennel, like, are you just saying like, was the kid locked in just like a cage, or were there like dogs actually around? Like, was this an actual kennel?
You did not see or hear any dogs?
No.
You were like in a dog cage.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't. So there are no other cages or anything. This isn't a place that. Okay, that was what I was thinking. So it was just a singular cage. Was there anything about the room that, you know, we could, because this is my neighborhood, it might jar something. If you knew anything, like in your premonition, if you saw anything that the kid.
It was like just cold and dark.
Cold. Like how, like just chilly, like the cold, like regular, like. Are we talking about like refrigeration? Is this what this requiring?
No, not cold like that. It was cold more like there's no heat and it's December.
Okay, so just regular El Paso cold and there's no heat. But it's definitely a basement.
What'd you say?
Room, it was kind of concrete.
Yeah.
It was what?
The room, it was concrete.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, any other clues, like anything that I might be able to work with in terms of knowing things about the neighborhood?
The only thing, what she can tell you is that she didn't get a clear picture. She got senses and feelings.
Women with their feelings.
It was smelly, right?
Did I give you a sense of smell? I think maybe I did. If I
you did.
Okay. Yeah, it smelled diseased and rotten.
Could it be like almost like what do you call those places? Or something like that?
The what?
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if there's one in El Paso. There probably isn't. I mean, I'm sure the smell probably belongs to the thing if the thing is dropping rotting flesh. But I'm also thinking if it eats rotten stuff, then maybe it's like a warehouse or like a meat packing plant or like something of that nature. But I don't know if that's any in El Paso. I don't know.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna get in HQ and try to pull up any files that may have been left over about that case.
Okay.
and see if there's a pattern on something that's sort of centralized in the location where all the kids were taken from.
Okay.
I think you guys, well, the Rat King showed up, so I didn't really hear what he said, but
What you guys can talk to him about the things the Rat King said.
He said that there were 4 children before Carlos, and then there has been 4 since. This little boy, Carlos Jr., is the 4th. So it seems like it's group of 4, but at the same time, there might have been more if Carlos was still alive. Carlos.
Okay, so there were 4 that were in location-wise. Were the first 4
he
like
said
central El Paso, and
yeah,
the second,
all
and then
The
the next
first
set
4
were
were
east.
around here.
Yes.
Which is it's like northeast central. And then the other 4 were in central. Just a few miles from downtown.
I should have told Emily that. I'm gonna shoot her a text that says central area.
She calls you.
Oh, okay. Hello?
After you send the text. Like a few seconds
Okay, yeah,
after.
because I forgot I was gonna say that because they were all northeast. Is it northeast? And then
yeah, it's northeast, but it's like almost to central. The dirty part of the northeast.
Right. and then these 4 were. No, wait.
These ones are in central.
Oh, okay.
Over by the spaghetti bowl.
Okay. All right. Anyways, hello.
That doesn't mean anything to people that don't live here, but. Yeah.
Right. Okay, but this
like
neighborhood
the new 4, the children that have gone missing are from a collected neighborhood that is in the ghetto, just to the east of downtown. So it's about 5 miles between 3 and 5 miles from where the fucking nice ass hotel was.
I guess that's why I didn't say it, because Carlos, the one that took the other 4, took him from a different area than where he lives.
Not really. They were from around here. Around from the same place where the house is.
Oh, okay.
Not the exact. It was like the several neighborhoods, not this block.
Right. Okay.
But
wait, so if you're absolutely sure that Carlos was the one that abducted those kids?
I'm not, but I think that's what everybody thinks.
Because like it looks, these look like supernatural abductions, and then when you killed this guy, nothing about him, said to you supernatural.
No.
So are you even sure that this is the guy then?
I'm gonna look at Mahira
and
put input.
My voice ran out.
Yeah, I know her sire said that he had all sorts of books about the occult and whatnot.
Okay, so then is there? I mean, is this guy was he some kind of like witch or something, or is there like creatures that control other people? Is that what we're dealing with here? Like is he being possessed by a demon?
Yeah.
I'm looking at my hair to jump in here.
Yeah, I don't know, and it's possible that it was him. It's possible that it's something that he summoned. It's possible that it's just something that he gathered the attention of. But the way that the police were looking into him, and then when I looked into him myself, what I found were signs that he was dabbling in the infernal and studying demonology and trying to summon or at least understand something. I don't know exactly what he was into.
Jessica, do you remember the dream that the little boy had? Because I remember he said it was like a demon coming after him or something, right?
Yeah, just...
Are you going to tell them that phone call didn't happen?
Oh, crap. So,
she did describe the dream that he said he had.
Yeah, so that phone call that I got, that it was the whole entire way home, Mom does not remember making it, and then when I go back into my history to look for it, I can't find it.
What did
This
they?
might have something to do with your like condition.
I have a question outside of the game.
Okay.
I was there when she was talking on the phone.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was.
No, you weren't. You were outside. The only
Are
one
you
inside
sure?
the cab with her was what's his name? Who got his arm torn off
Yeah,
before his arm was torn off.
I
I
thought she
was
put it on
working.
speaker so I could hear it.
Nope.
No?
No, she told you about it the next day.
Oh, okay. Then go back. Okay. So, is it possible? Was it a premonition then? Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you remember exactly what was said?
Oh gosh. Just
I remember you telling me, and I want to say he said that he's coming to get me. And I can't remember if it was a demon or I don't remember.
That's one of the words
yeah,
used. There was
What?
another. And keep in mind, this was not the kid saying this. This was what the mother was saying that the kid had said.
Right, but now it's not mom, it's her premonition, possibly. So it's even more important to know the wording.
Yep.
Why don't you call Randy Candy and see if he remembers you getting that call? Because then we'll know if it was in your head or not.
Randy Candy?
Yeah.
Okay,
Wait.
who's gonna call Randy? Jack has Randy's number for sure.
I'll call him.
Okay, you call Randy. Yeah. Hello. Hey, Jack.
Hey, this is gonna be a weird question, but when we took our trip to Virginia,
Yeah.
there was a time where
I had two arms because I remember it was cool.
Okay, but let's not stay too far in the past here. But there was a time where Jessica got a phone call, and she had it on speaker. And you apparently were in the room with her at the time, and it was something about one of her patients, and a kid was freaking out and having nightmares and stuff. Do you remember anything about that or hearing that at all?
No.
Does that ring any bells as a memory that you have? Nothing?
No. I do remember sitting in the cab with that Jessica chick and trying to hit on her, and then all of a sudden her eyes just go blank and she's staring and stopped talking to me, and I was like, okay, well, it might be that way.
Huh. Oh, but you're not.
For like 20 minutes, she just sat there in silence.
I'm going to put him on speaker. Can you say that again?
Okay, so that Jessica chick, like, totally wasn't into me. And then she just ignored me for 20 minutes staring into space.
You said, yeah, her eyes went blank, right?
Yeah, her eyes were just blank and she was just staring into space, daydreaming about some dude that wasn't me. Probably
Okay,
some
right.
dude who she knew was going to have two arms forever.
Okay, thank you, Randy. Have a good day. You'll find somebody eventually.
Okay. Do you have any
Alright.
idea how hard it is to answer a phone with only one hand? Well, with your wrong hand?
I hung up before he said that.
Okay.
Poor Randy, goodness.
okay, well then it was a premonition.
Too bad we didn't act on it. Couldn't have known, though.
No. Well, and the thing is I thought they were going to follow up with an appointment with me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
so he said the demon is trying to get him, and he said something else.
Just that it's coming for him.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't think he said his dad, but did he say she was
Wait a
scared?
minute.
He
Wait a
was
minute.
scared his dad was coming?
He did say that. He said that
think
his
he
dad was
did.
coming back to get him.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, okay.
I remember that specifically. And he said about his dad was on fire.
That's right. Oh, and then, okay, so he had in his room pictures of dinosaurs, and every picture had this figure. And some of the figures were on fire, some of them were like shadow figures, and some of them were something else.
Guy with the halo.
Yeah, and some of them were with a halo.
Like an angel?
Okay, so fake Anita's phone call mentioned both demon and angel. The dreams that her kid had been having were referred to in both terms. And he also said that he was having nightmares that Daddy was coming back to get him.
None of this is ringing a bell for the Rat King or Mahira. Like, have you heard of a being like this?
The Rat King left. Mahira's here, and
Did the Rat King leave to do what I asked him to do?
what did you ask him to do? Probably not. He doesn't give a fuck about you. Well, maybe. I mean, what was it?
I told him, I explained to him, this was not in character, this was in chat after because I was cut out, but
Okay.
I told him about the trail that we found and suggested that he might be able to have, since he's so good at tracking, that he may be able to do what I couldn't and pick up the trail where I left off with his sense of smell.
Okay.
Because he's so cool and wonderful.
Yeah, maybe he's doing that. Whatever. He walked away, and as soon as nobody was looking at him, he was gone. So you don't know where he went or what he's doing. He could be standing right next to you guys again, for all you know.
All right, I'd like to call. Well, all right. Can I call? The first person I call is Enriquez again, and just double check. Hey, man, have you in our neighborhood? I'm asking you because this is happening in our neighborhood. You know, are you familiar with like a angel / demon creature that comes in on fire and abducts kids? I mean, and this particular kid that was abducted apparently he was scared of this demon visiting him, and it's his dead father.
No.
And the father was into the occult too, so some kind of santeria or something.
No, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. Man, if it's not about bikes, I really don't pay too much attention to the kind.
Okay. Well, I thought you might have run across this because this is the kind of thing that sticks in your mind.
I've been asking around some of these guys, and they don't seem to know anything about a child abduction or anything like that. And none of them seem to be, trying to hide it from me as I'm asking them either.
No fire creature demons?
Well, I mean, I wasn't asking them that.
If you ask around if anybody knows anything about a fire demon that likes to come after, maybe comes after kids, could come after more than that, but
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to lose a little bit of face talking to these guys about mystical nonsense with my level of people talk. Why don't you do it? You got better people talking skills than me.
So, well, who would I talk to? I guess I was going to call the prince.
So a couple of the big names around. I mean, you probably already know them, but I'll introduce you.
Okay. When do we set this up?
What time is it? It's probably.
Or just say you give me the number and.
It's getting kind of late now. I guess we still could try, but it might put us on their radar. It's gonna look a little off. So I guess first thing tomorrow night.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks. And all right. So after I get off the phone with him, call Prince James back.
Okay. Let me take a note of that real quick, so I know that Enriquez and Hector go talk to gang people. Okay. You do what? You call who?
Prince James?
Okay. Well, you call Perry?
Yeah, Perry, yeah.
Okay. As you pull out your phone to call Perry, Mila gets a phone call from Emily.
Hello?
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking 600 bitches out there.
Yeah.
This is fucking crazy. But yeah, there's a handful of these repeat dudes over in the central area around where all the new kids are taken.
Oh, all right, awesome.
You want addresses and names?
Yeah.
You
Can
want
you?
me to like dig into their emails and shit?
I mean, if you want to, go for it.
It
Anything's going
sounds
to happen.
fun, and this game is pissing me off. So I guess, yeah.
Awesome. All right, cool.
Also, I heard from Spider that that he's gonna be making some IDs, and I thought maybe one of you guys would rather I do it because everything he can do, I can do better.
All right. Let me ask around on that, and then I'll let you know.
Okay, let me know before
Is
that
that
fucker
Emily?
does it.
All right.
Are you talking to Emily?
Yeah, I'm talking to Emily.
Hey, can you ask her about the fire-breathing demon and if she's heard anything about that?
Oh yeah, I already did. She doesn't know. Well, I mean, I asked her about rotting flesh. She doesn't know anything.
Well, what about a fire demon? It's also an angel.
All right.
Because that's a little different from rotting flesh.
What the fuck is he saying?
He's asking if you've heard about a fire demon that's also an angel.
No.
We're here. Yeah, we're kind of getting a lot of crazy information right now.
That's
It's
in
just
real life. It's not a video game or anything.
that we know of.
Okay. No.
Jessica
And
had
I
a premonition.
I can't hack that kind of shit.
Yeah, no.
That's,
I don't know.
That's like walked into the Vatican Library kind of research.
Can we do that?
Yeah, I'm like, that's a good idea. Can you do that?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Mahira's still around, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What is the relationship with organized religious, like churches and other religions, like organizations and kindred?
The La
Does it
Sombra,
vary?
the La Sombra tend to rule the entire Catholic Church. Well, not the entire Catholic Church. Like, they're all over in it.
Oh.
But they're not, they're not in charge of the topmost Roman stuff. But, no, they're all over it, and especially in Mexico. And Mexico is very, very Catholic. And they're all over it.
Oh, so there's not like some secret order of vampire hunters in the Catholic Church. It's infiltrated
there's
completely.
That too. They call themselves the Society of Leopold.
Oh, God.
And if you hear anything about them being in town, you guys have to button up.
Well, that's good to know.
Mm-hmm. They've been around.
Well, have we tried to, like, if this guy was really into the occult, right? If Carlos was really into the occult, have you guys been able to find anything in the house? Any of those
call you back
books?
later, I guess, because you guys seem to be
Oh,
talking.
yeah, sorry,
She
Emily.
hangs up.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
well, this Carlos dude, did you guys see any of his occult? Like, if somebody's really into the occult and they're really into studying these books or anything, maybe you could have found something laying around that tells you, what he was into.
He was into a lot of things. He especially seemed to be taking apart Genesis word for word, looking for hidden meanings, and then trying to compare it into other religions and finding especially the flood. He seemed to be extremely interested in the Great Flood. And then he was also researching a lot of demons and demonology. He was researching the demon Lucifer and all of the the fallen angels that are said to have fallen with his rebellion. That's kind of a normal thing amongst people that are seeking power, outside power.
So are there any texts that he has, like, that we were able to pull out of that house, or that we can go pull out of that house?
Yes, I have
As far as those demons?
Yes, I have them.
Wait, who is this that has them?
Mahira.
Oh, Mahira has. Okay. Can we look through them now and see if there's a fire demon in there? Or something that matches what the kid was describing in the premonition?
Is it?
I don't
Jessica,
remember there being a fire demon in there, but I'll check.
I'm gonna ask Jessica. Do you think that you could try to have a premonition of Carlos Sr. or the demon thing itself and see what you get?
Yeah, let me just get to my premonition dice.
Okay, you're gonna have to tell me what you're focusing on.
I almost want to say I want to have a premonition about my premonition, but so Milo, what are you saying I should?
I guess, can you try and focus on the dad, Carlos Hernandez Sr.?
You've seen a couple pictures of him, I suppose.
Okay.
I could probably. I mean, I'm sure I could.
Well, I got a mouse for.
Oh no, we don't have capability back then.
Premonition. So I rouse again, right?
Yes.
Each time?
Yes. It's not making you hungrier. You're getting good at it.
Alright, and then so roll no modifiers. Okay. 2 successes.
Okay. You get the image of a headstone that says Carlos Hernandez, and it gives a date of about a month ago. And as you wake up, your extrasensory gifts are running wild. The vampire experiences what might be truths or portents, but what others call figments of imagination, dredged up by hunger. While still functional, the vampire's mind and perceptions are skewed. You receive a 2 dice penalty to all dexterity, manipulation, composure, wits to resist terror for the scene. And you need to roleplay the fact that you are seeing things that aren't there and are completely confused by all kinds of stuff. Your premonition has gone crazy, and you're seeing all kinds of things that aren't there. And that's going to be up to you. Maybe I'll throw in 1 or 2, but your premonition kind of just broke.
Okay.
But you did, clear as day, see his headstone. Whatever you want to make of that.
So what do you see?
I saw his headstone, but Milo, why do you look so funny?
What?
What did she say?
What? You guys look. What's wrong with you guys? You guys look funny.
What do you mean, funny? What's wrong with us?
Are you?
Hector puts bunny ears over Jack's head, and starts giggling like an 8-year-old girl.
That's not really unusual.
Something I
It's not happening though.
I'm like, Jack, you just grew the biggest, furriest pair of bunny ears I've ever seen.
Okay, so the finger bunny ears grow and then flop into floppy real bunny ears.
I'm gonna look at Hector Do you understand what she's talking about? Is this an inside joke?
No clue, bro. You take some. No, this sounds like a bad trip. You want some mushrooms or something?
I don't know what she saw in there.
Oh no, this is not the time for me to lose connection.
You seem like
Is the
you're still here.
Malkavian thing kicking in?
Was he dead? Like, forget the bunny ears. Was he dead?
I guess she did get disconnected.
Oh. She's just like looking around silently, like
Freaked out.
Well, this might actually be a good starting point for next time, then.
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, that's true. Yep.
Okay, well, just as that's, I wanted something to happen. So she says, as she's, she's like, she looks confused. There, she's back. You're back? Are you back?
Wait.
Yeah, you're back. Okay.
Okay, yeah, of course. When I'm losing it, that's when I really lose it.
Yeah, that's okay. So, yeah, I mean, now he's got like real floppy rabbit ears, and that obviously didn't really happen. So now you're starting to think that maybe my premonition just broke. And as they're all looking at you with these bewildered faces of all kinds of different colors, behind you guys, behind them, facing you, you see this Hispanic guy with a Metallica t-shirt and a leather jacket. And he's kind of walking over towards you.
Who's that? I kind of point over to the guy I'm looking at.
Okay.
Can you guys see him?
So you guys turn around and you see this guy that I just said. And Jack recognizes he has a name. Simon Cortez. He's a private detective. And he is not very well appreciated amongst the El Paso police. This is a kid. He's young. He's 23. He's never been a policeman. He has absolutely no knowledge of any damn thing except for what he needed in order to get his private detective license. And he's cocky, sure of himself, kind of a rebel renegade. And every time he shows up, he solves the fucking case. Every fucking time. And he knows it, and he's completely full of himself. And we're gonna stop right there.
Fucking Cortez.
Fucking Cortez.
Yeah, be fucking Cortez. I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna take note that right now Jessica's premonition is broken. Jessica is seeing weird shit.
So what did she do? Did she like strain her premonition muscle?
Pretty much. But no, it's her Malkavian compulsion.
She pulled her premonition hammy.
Yeah. She needed 3 successes on her compulsion and failed with it. It was a bestial failure.
Okay, I couldn't see because I'm off my computer now.
Yeah, the beast showed himself. I may have done
And I
good
thought
on
it
my
would be
route.
funny.
The beast showed himself.
There was a way you could have avoided it, but we're finishing our prologue, and I want weird shit to happen to kind of make sure you guys finish learning. So yeah, so she is under the delusion compulsion, which is the Malkavian compulsion. Okay, so since it's already late as fuck, we're not gonna do any damn weird questions or anything. So we'll stop recording, and good night. Stop recording.